Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to Tales from the Dark Side, your Star Wars news and weekly comic recap presented by Rudderless. Man, y'all caught me off guard. The Mandalorian is back with season 3, and we review the much anticipated episode 1 and discuss why many are already expecting the worst. We've got 6 new Star Wars comics this week, but I doubt we're reviewing them all. We got Star Wars 32, Hyperspace 4, Han Solo Chewbacca 10, Hidden Empire 4, Mandalorian 8, and finally, High Republic The Blade number 3. We also review Bad Batch episode 11, has the season finally found its storyline. And we've got your weekly Star Wars news and maybe some collectible updates. And if you're still fiending for more March Madness brackets, we got your fix, Star Wars style. Get it going, fellas.
Okay, we're going to say hello to the chat. But before we do... Wait, which one do we do first, Jedi? I can't remember.
You do hellos.
Whatever.
We do hellos first. Well, Jedi's half and half, so I don't know anymore. All right.
Jedi does the intros to give time for the
to catch up.
right.
Star Wars Sunday. Let's go. Cheers, 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 cheers. Thank you for the sub, Tommy Longbox. Enjoy it. Pops and Comics 82 became a member. Thank you, Pops and Comics.
Welcome aboard.
What is that picture of? What toy is that?
I don't think it's a toy. I think it's just
It's not a toy.
What is it?
Old men.
creepy looking old dudes.
I think it's a dude with a removable helmet. No, I think it's a toy because isn't that the extra head you can put on a toy?
Yeah,
He might just be an extra head.
maybe.
Well, I'm glad we're off to that type of start today. This show's gonna be awesome. Jedi, aloha. How's it? Good to see you, Jedi. Hook up, hook up, hook up, hook up, hook up.
Oh, that's
hook
the new
up,
emoji.
Hook up, 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 hook up at Jedi Johnson 22. Okay.
It's
I knew the sisters were going to be fire, Frank. I don't know.
It's this, in case you're curious of what it is.
The Twinkle Sisters are fire. And
No, he's serious. I don't know how fire they are. Just come
on now.
Let's know their thumbnail works. How are my favorite
blown
nerds
away.
to see? Ed, thanks for the sub. Great. What's everybody? Jeff Drake, thanks for sub. Good evening, Ed, Frankie, AOA, Jedi. I hope y'all are doing well. Everybody's doing well. John, good to see you. If I hear the chuckleheads talk bad about Mando, what? Who talks bad about Mando?
Stand by.
Well, your little tagline I put on the thumbnail.
Oh, that's not. I don't know. That's about the Mando verse, really. Chef, I think Jedi corrected it. I didn't have time to correct it, but I think Jedi's was exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, I did
Chef
like the
Paris.
Maybe I'll change it.
Oh,
for tomorrow.
Darksider. Yeah, maybe we'll change it for tomorrow. Dark Sith Console. Good to see you, Wookiee Fanatic. What is up, Darksiders? Jedi, if you could go around the rest of the horn, I'll say hello to everybody else when I get a second.
All right. His definition of a first appearance makes eyes roll from its incoherence. It's Macho Man Marco.
I speak the truth just because you don't know.
You don't. You make no
Yes, I
sense.
do.
No sense.
The new guy to comic tells me I don't make any sense. I get it. All right, go
Jedi
ahead.
agrees.
He points your comic collection in the
I would
right
claim that.
direction. He's the visionary, Pete Renovision. And snap went the peg that held on Boba's leg. What can be done, he inquired. Well, he received a new leg. Now surgery is required. It's the great Dom Tober.
Some bitch. Ready.
When his kids lose teeth, make no mistake, they don't expect money because the tooth fairy's fake. It's Wayseeker Rune.
That's absolutely true.
I gotta make a Wayseeker emoji with that.
Oh no.
And the Jedi Council convened and does decree this Jedi spends too many credits and watches too much TV. It's me, Jedi Johnson 22. Pretty sure my wife's on the council. All right, let's get it going, fellas.
All right. We got a lot to cover today. Let's fly through news.
Good luck.
Yeah.
News is part
Is
of
that
the
bad?
the main thing we're talking about here.
All right, cool. Let's go through it.
Yeah. So this is the main headline here. Trying to figure out the Mandalorian season 3 timeline.
Oh my god.
Fool's errand. I gave up. I spent part of the week trying to map this thing out because Favreau said 74 different things this week about when this thing takes place and how.
So can we preface this right? There's information that came out with Favreau, and we posted it in our group chat. And the very next post was something he fucking said like 2 days earlier that contradicted what he said that day, to the point that, like, you know, we talked about it a long time ago. Like, we were kind of worried about John because we don't think he really understands Star Wars, or, well, now we know for sure. Shit, he doesn't understand how. I mean, Jedi probably loves him because he doesn't know how timeline works, because he just thinks you can like.
Do we really care about what timeline is? It's after Return of the Jedi. It's 5 years after Return of 6 years. That's it.
Oh, we do.
It does matter because
it does matter.
It's canon. It links up for people. We're not talking bad about John. We're not talking bad about Mando. We're talking bad about the Mandoverse.
The Mandoverse.
Whatever John says in an interview isn't necessarily canon.
No, but he should have an idea of when these stories take place.
Or don't answer the question. Like, just don't answer it. Don't just try to bullshit
the question. He was. There's one interview where he said for a fact that we have had this whole thing planned out from point A to point B. We know everything that's going to happen. In the very next interview, he goes, "Well, you know, we didn't really know what we were going to do with Grogu, so we need to get him back to the." Like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, is it all done or is it not? Like, you don't have to.
Listen, if you go with the first interview, he said it's like a year or two after training with Luke.
Yeah, but no, this is what he said.
I think you're right.
Let me go back. This is
what
he said.
Go ahead.
And he's like, yeah, it was a year. Season 1 and season 2 were about 2 to 3 years, and then we had 1 or 2 years training with Luke, and now we're back. And then Filoni came out and said we started in 9, and I think we're still in 9. It hasn't even been a year. And Favreau was like, no, it's been 5 years. This from season 1 to where we are. And we're like, which one is it? It can't be less than a year and 5 years. Well, so, like, get your shit together and tell a story straight, or don't.
Go ahead, Jedi. Go ahead, Jedi.
Well, I think I think it was, I forget now. I don't know who said. I think it was Marco said Favreau timelines don't mean a lot, or Favreau doesn't understand timelines. I think when he's asked this question, maybe he's thinking that the reporter maybe knows more about timelines than he does. So he's kind of going 3 years, and then he's kind of feeding off the reporter.
No, I said he doesn't know much about Star Wars in general.
The reporter looks at him funny, so then when the next one answered, he's like, 2 years?
No, that's when you answer, I'm a big picture guy. Don't get me caught on the minutia. That's what our writers are for. Ask them that question.
No, because he says he's written it. He says he's gotten all the, he knows exactly how many seasons Mandalorian. He's written it all ahead of time. It's all planned out. There are no surprises. He knows everything. He knows Star Wars. He's the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. He's got it all planned out. I mean, I guess part of the reason why too is like this is where we get into some of the issues where we're talking about the like retconning that never happened before these guys. You know what I mean? That type of crap. And then you got to start worrying about like the random shit. Like yeah, sure. The episode of Mandalorian in Boba Fett made that series better because Boba Fett really sucked. But like, you can't keep doing that, right?
I'm gonna let you in on one thing. I actually watched thing about the Book of Boba Fett.
No,
and it really got me thinking about things.
I watched the show. Boba Fett sucked. No, I watched the show. It sucked. Yeah, but I mean, like that was it. He didn't. They just threw in the Mandalorian scene, saved that show. Thank God. But like, he's saying they're never going to do that again. It doesn't even make sense.
But he did say in the interview too, he has 30 years to plan this, so it's still in the 30-year timeline that's heading towards the new order, the first order.
Which is great. They gave him a timeline that was empty, pretty much.
Yeah, literally empty.
Which is what you have to do.
But he doesn't know where it is. But he doesn't know where it is. I think that's where you start seeing some of like that is where we see some of the stuff that gets us frustrated with the retconning and stuff like that, is because he doesn't know. And then like to say that, oh, we're never going to do the jump thing again. I have the faith in him is even lacking now more than it was. Like now you're saying like, oh shoot, he seems impulsive. Like, oh crap, we left Grogu someplace and fans didn't like that, and we don't know what we should do, so let's go inject.
I actually would have liked him, Mando, going back to bounty hunter ways and being a bounty hunter, and then later on
needed to be gone.
Well, Pete, he didn't listen to your opinion. He didn't listen to your opinion. He didn't listen to your opinion. So they felt that they needed to bring him back. So they did. I mean, but I'm just saying, don't you, if somebody's at the head, if you have a leader, Jedi, you know this, you were in service. If your leader all of a sudden goes, hey, we're going to go north. No, wait, sorry. We're going east-west. Like, turn the ship 2 minutes later. I don't think you're having a lot of respect for that dude or following what he's saying anymore as far as orders go. So to have the helm led by this dude at this point, very nervous. I'm glad they're not letting him do the High Republic stuff. I mean, and there wasn't just one interview. There was like 4 interviews where he came out and it was within a week and a half, and completely
it's been like 2 days. Because
2 days.
Right after the interview, it's like, did you know you're blowing up the internet? It's like, no, what did I say?
Yeah, we still don't know what it is.
What did I say? Come on
people
know
give
what you say.
People to this day give Harrison Ford shit for the I don't like to go to cons because I don't understand Star Wars people thing. Yet John gets out there and goes, fuck it, and just throws up all over a mic, and Dom's going, well, no, it's 30 years, so it's all good. Like, no, come on, dude. Like, we can't.
Yeah.
Come on.
Harrison gets a pass. He doesn't have to know that shit. He's not right.
He's still a kid. He's still a damn kid. He's still a baby. It's still a 50-year-old, whatever. It's going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, have we ever stopped to think maybe he was talking Grogu years?
Maybe.
Like it's cat years, but it's not. Like, but the problem that I have isn't the timeline as much as I have the problem of like, you're saying that it's all like you're saying, hey, we know we made mistakes. We know we messed these things up. Don't worry, we hear you, fans. We're going to fix them. Not Mandalorian, the TV show, but the other stuff that they did that they obviously screwed up. And when you say that in one interview, and then all of a sudden you're like, what are you shaking your head at? Dom, you cannot defend, like, if Boba Fett is shit. Like, we're not going to let you get away with saying it's not, because it is. Okay? Number 2, they did screw it up because the only way they put it was Mando. But don't say, hey, we're not going to do that again. We're not going to not screw the shit up again. Because when you say that and then say you don't understand timelines and then say, like, what I just said in the last interview doesn't matter. Like Jedi said, he sounded like he went up to the interviewer and was like, oh, did that sound good? And they're like, dude, John, you know what you said doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, so he went and did an interview the very next day and changed everything away from what he said the day before. It's like,
don't worry. It's all going to go back to the way it's supposed to be. Once Ahsoka comes out and they have the world between worlds, they're going to change the timeline. Oh, come on. All done.
You bet that Dom, what you're saying,
good Dom, is that what
you're saying is a nightmare for, that's what we're worried about. Dom, you just gave us, Dom just hit it on the head. He hit that 100% on the head. That is the nightmare that it looks like it's going to. Like, can you imagine if he tries to accomplish, like, how long have we been waiting for the Thrawn story now? The Ezra Thrawn story.
5 years. The finale was 5 years ago today.
Really? It seems a lot longer than that.
It does seem longer.
It seems so much longer than that. 5 years. It really does. Well, it seemed like a decade.
5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, right, BK. Get out of here. Get out of here, BK.
Keep moving.
Yeah, but no. Dom brings up a good point. Like, if he's like we've been waiting for it. We're going to be waiting for it for about 7 years till it comes out. And if he screws that up, like, that's a big screw up, bro.
Here's another thing that points to they don't know how long this can go. Favreau wants to make at least a season 5 and hopes to tell stories for as long as he can. So he would love to go even further than that, but at least 5. So there's no map.
Look, as long as Mando's making money and is popular, they're going to keep making products.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay.
If you just say there's no map and you have everything figured out, that's fine. Just don't say one thing and then do another. That's the one thing I want. Just say
just stick to Mandoverse. Like, stick to actually the Mando, the Mandalorian. Let's not let you put your fingers in other stuff.
Well, here's the problem though with that idea. Like, well, as long as they're still doing well and people like it, we'll keep doing them. Well, the problem is once you start doing badly, you've already invested money and made product that people now no longer want because you took a wrong turn and you can't walk that back. It's like you double down again. You don't get your money back if you keep piling on and piling on.
Well, look what happened with the sequel trilogy.
You're going to screw up. So you better have an end game in mind and know when you got to walk away.
Look at the sequel trilogy. How, all that product they put out and how much money they lost.
You don't have to look at that. If we didn't have a pandemic, you could have looked at the shelves of all the Grogu stuff before the pandemic hit and what was happening. That shit was sitting there. And by the way, if you go into your local Target and Myers and wherever else you go, your Wally Worlds, it ain't moving right now. That stuff ain't moving like it was. Like, people aren't ripping packs and breaking backs or whatever they used to say. You know, they're not doing that anymore. There's no, I mean, the toy, let's just open up toy stuff and play with the figures on the internet. They ain't getting the views anymore, dude. There's no more fat dudes fighting other dudes in card lines. You can get all the Pokemon and all the sports cards you want. That day is gone. So if you think that's the merchandise is what's going to keep you over, well, Black Series has been in clearance for the last 3 months.
They want to charge you $40 a figure, of course.
Not anymore, because it's Black Series $20. Yeah, I know, but it's $20 on clear. I mean, it's
No,
clearance.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Clearance isn't even getting cleared out anymore. Go ahead. Sorry. What's up next?
All right. So this one was quite the news. This week, Freddie Prinze Jr. came out with an interview and claimed that Dave Filoni directed Rogue One's iconic Darth Vader scene, which is fascinating until Pablo Hidalgo came out and said that's not true.
Yeah, they already refuted that.
Yeah, but like, this is a whole big thing. Like, Freddie Prinze, like, you know who did this scene? It's like, he did this great scene. It wasn't anybody from Rogue One. And then, like, Pablo's like, Freddie, you're an idiot. That's not true.
Yeah, why are we listening to Freddie Prinze Jr.? I mean, Dom and I get in trouble for some of the websites we go to and cite as sources, but yet we're going to listen to Freddie Prinze Jr.
I don't know. Not me. What did he say?
Is he still doing that Rivals show about the WWE on Sundays?
I don't know.
I don't know why Freddie
Is he still drunk yelling about Star Wars fans? Is that what he's back to that again?
Come on, he's Kane and Jarrus. Come on, man. Kane and Jarrus.
He's
like,
not
yeah,
anymore.
This is when we were doing Rebel. He's like, when we were doing Rebels, and Dave told me that he did this scene, and I'm like, and everybody believed him for like a good 24 hours, and then they're like, you just made that up. It was pretty fascinating to see how the internet turned so quickly. But hey, I don't know why Freddie Prinze wanted to attribute this to Dave, but that was a big news that actually got debunked in the last 24 hours. So, yeah, we had that one. But we did have Dave come out and say that he always hoped that the Rebels sequel would be live action. And so he always had in his mind that that's how he wanted the story to go. He's been wanting to move to live action ever since Rebels. And so he's really happy to see it in live action. So he came out this week and talked a lot about the Ahsoka series and how excited he is for it. So
He still looks like Kevin Pollak to me.
True.
Yep. So we had that news this week. We had Acolyte adding some directors. Again, Alex Garcia. Alex Garcia was on Daredevil and a bunch of other good action stuff. And so both those directors are pretty accomplished. So we had some Acolyte news for directors.
I am so looking forward to this. I can't wait for this.
And
I am too, I
they're
don't know
bringing
what
in
it
good talent. What did you say, Pete?
I said I am too because I don't know what it is. It'll be
Yeah, I
new
know, that's
for
what I'm
me.
saying.
Like, I want something that I don't know.
Something
what's gonna
fresh,
happen.
something new. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we'll see.
they're bringing in the right people, so I feel like that's a good sign.
I think it's always a good thing when you let them do their own thing and they don't constrain them to, like, that's when Star Wars works best.
Don't say always, but it's
Most of the time. You're right.
It can
Resistance.
be good.
Yeah,
It can be a good thing when you let creators create. Yes.
Like, look how good. And
Well, I mean, obviously they're giving them a little bit of an outline because they had the Luminaris gave them the outline for this. So
Boba Fett will be in episode 3.
For Acolyte too.
No. I thought you were talking about the Acolyte. No, I handle it.
You beat me to it.
damn right. Oh! What time is it? It's 19 minutes. Dom held 19 minutes back before he tried to get you saw him bite back a little bit. I left stuff quiet to see if he could get something out, but he did. He tried something. He was about to say something about the Acolytes. You saw him pull himself back in. Earlier, he was about to say something about Mando, pulled himself back in, but it made 19 minutes before he gave us guarantee again. No, it's kind of cool that Boba Fett is an Acolyte. Yeah, we know Boba Fett is not an Acolyte.
We don't know that. According to
Oh,
Dom,
actually,
World
no,
Between
yeah.
Worlds is World Between Worlds is going to send Boba Fett back in time.
Yeah, I'm actually.
No, that was actually to get back to it. That was a good point about Dom, though. He was right. Like if you give John World Between Worlds, like that's a mess. It's going to be a mess. So Dom was 100%. I have Dom's back on that. He's 100% right. The Sith Mandalore. Yeah. All right. No. I mean, this is good. What I was saying is like when they kind of give you an outline of, hey, you have to stick in between these realms. They did the same thing with Mando, right? They said, hey, it can be sort of like this, but you need to stick in these realms. Show us what you have. They're doing the same thing, kind of, it sounds like, with Acolytes. They're getting the right people in there. We're going to let you go a little bit. Show us what you have. So hopefully they don't do something stupid.
And it's good to have new directors. Like that's what we want. Like they just need new directors.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad they're not just using the same people for new projects that they've used for everything else. So this is good news. Return of the Jedi is headed back to theaters to celebrate on October 28th or April 28th. So if you want to go see this one in theaters, be one day only type of deal. You may want to get your tickets pretty soon whenever they come out. So,
well, I got the new special edition one. So when Boba Fett gets hit into the Sarlacc, he goes, "I'm coming back, bitch."
I'm good.
Put it up. I guarantee.
Oh, really? I don't want to give him a guarantee. I think he deserves it.
Ring the bell.
Anyway, I think that'll be fun. I'll try to make sure I see that in theaters again. We got the official trailer release for Disturbance of the Force. I think this is going to be really fun. I really hope that we can review this during Dimtown time. This is the holiday special documentary. I put the trailer in the chat for people to watch. It should be really funny. I think they did a really good job with this documentary from what I see. So this is premiering later this month at South by Southwest. I'm sure it will leak online sometime afterwards. And so it should be good. Fortnite is going to be having a Star Wars event like they did a couple years ago. And it sounds like this one is going to be with the Force. It's going to be Chapter 4, Season 2 of Fortnite. So I don't play Fortnite. I don't know when that is, when that's coming up. But, if you want to bring Jedi into your Fortnite event, it will be a chance to do so.
Luke has his lightsaber out and he has one on a belt.
True.
Sticks, I think, plays this.
I love how they do the crossover with Fortnite. Gets everything DC, Marvel, G.I. Joe, Star Wars now,
It's Ready Player One.
Yeah. Just about.
And that's not Han's.
So you're Fortnite fans, you got something to look forward to there.
Yep.
This week, this was big news too, because Mando and Grogu made special appearance at Disney Hollywood Studios, Galaxy's Edge, which is unique because up until this point, the Hollywood Studios one has been sticking to a certain timeline where everything is, takes place during the episode 7, 8, 9. And so this is the first time that they broke canon, and they said that this is not canon. Everything that's supposed to take place there is canon. That Grogu and Mando made an appearance, a one-time special appearance in Hollywood Studios.
Wait, things that happen at the theme park are canon?
Yes, at that theme park is canon,
So
and it is for a certain time period, and they don't do anything outside of that time
That's
period.
ridiculous. They should get rid of the sequel trilogy characters and bring in the Mandoverse. Have it Han. You gotta have the regular trilogy characters.
Did you not just hear what we just said about the kid? What they should do, what they don't do. To them, this is like sacred space. And so,
which one's Hollywood Studio? Is that the California one?
California.
Yeah, California. So that one is canon. The one in Orlando is not canon. The replica.
That's ridiculous.
So Grogu and Mando have been in the one in Orlando for like years. This is the first time they've been in California, and they said this is not canon. Their appearance there. So
World Between Worlds.
Yep.
The only way
I did not know that.
They should put in the one that the break canon, put Babu Frick. Leave Babu Frick in the damn thing.
Yeah. So that was big news for
we'll get Mando a second side pouch so he can have Grogu on one side and Babu Frick on the other, because why not?
Have you guys ever been to these fucking places?
You know what? I have not been to Galaxy Edge.
But
This
it wasn't
shit doesn't
canon
matter.
then.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, you go there, it's hot as fucking dick. They serve you sugary ass shit drinks. Like, It's fucking. It
I
does.
want
There's
the
lines
blue,
everywhere,
blue shrimp.
Well,
dude. It's not. Yeah, it's gross. No, I'd rather have a hot pocket, bro. Yeah, no. So, yeah, who cares?
So
I don't know why I got so mad
happens-
over that. I thought Dom actually cared. Like he'd been there. That I'm like, wait, you would have gone to the one in Florida probably, and it's like it's a.
Well, not yet.
it's
Me
all
and my
right.
wife have been trying to plan a trip or something like that because every
Well,
time
now
we
it's
try to
expensive shit.
plan, it doesn't
So
work out.
wait, everything. I just want to make sure I'm clear. So everything that happens at Galaxy's Edge in California is canon.
it happens during a certain time period, and it's as if it happened at Batu. So yeah, it's the canon representation of Batu.
So if I
and-
went and I'm watching this canon show or whatever, and I run up and tackle Mando, I'm now Star
Yes.
Wars canon.
You're a canon now.
I don't know about that. I don't know about all
canon.
that.
I'm
But the
I'm in
characters
jail
there are canon.
shortly
to the
after,
time
but I'm
period.
canon. I'm now canon.
Why would you
In
want
the
to tackle
event-
Mando? You want to tackle Kylo
He
Ren?
can.
Wait, hold on. Let me
You
clarify.
want the hollow puck this way Mando will be hunting
I
Jedi
want the
later.
canon.
Yeah, what I'm clarifying is like in Florida, it's a fuck. Like there's a bazillion people there that aren't and can't. What the hell's the difference? Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't go. It's but the lines are long, and yeah, I mean lines. There's no such thing as lines in there. So how's that
Well,
canon?
if you
Exactly.
didn't know, Goofy's like
Jedi
a
Sig.
5-minute walk from Bestman, so it's
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden you can see in the background, you can see the blue people. What's that stupid ass movie? The
Avatar.
Avatar shit. So like, yeah, what the heck?
Yeah,
But
you
no,
also
I mean-
have- I don't know. Do they have the lightsaber thing in
Yeah,
Galaxy?
you can build lightsabers. Yeah,
you have
you have to,
droid-
you have to pre-get
the
that.
droid
Yeah,
depot.
yeah. They got the droid depot. They got all that stuff. Then, but they also have the older stuff too. So you can ride the Star Wars whatever ride
I
it
need
was.
to get my Boba Mickey ears.
Everybody's saying Jedi, you will be in canon if you do that. So you know,
you
you
won't,
gotta
but
make
you'll be
that happen.
arrested. Yeah, so make that happen.
we can videotape it.
We're hoping for that, man.
So,
Don't say something and don't do it.
Yeah, you get. Hey, guarantee it. Put it down there, Pete.
Guarantee it.
You want it, I guarantee again.
I'll be in Galaxy
In
Edge.
Florida? In Florida, no AOA. It's in the same park, dude. It's like Star Wars is here, then you go around the corner, and I think Avatar's over there or some shit. I don't know. I didn't go to the Avatar thing.
Avatar's in a different park because it's Fox or whatever, Universal.
Then what the hell do they have over there? It's something right next to it.
I don't know.
Is it?
No,
If
I
it's
think
not
Avatar
Avatar.
isn't
So
Disney.
they got the Marvel.
Harry Potter.
Marvel
I
thing?
don't know.
They built something for
Hold
it
on. Yeah, they built something for it there. There's like a fucking ride there.
All right,
there.
let's keep
Universal
moving.
got
while
Harry
we're-
Potter and Jurassic Park and that stuff.
Surprising nobody, the director of Jedi Survivor came out this week and said we envisioned this series to be a trilogy, and so
Yeah. Anybody surprised about that?
nobody's surprised about that. You know, at least it's not going to go on forever. It's a great game. I'd be happy to have 3. I just don't want to see 14 of them.
Well, you got to hope that if after the third installment of the game, that he can actually come into live action later on.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility, and I think he said that too. But he said it's not going to happen until after the games come out. And so
Yeah,
you're really looking at another 3 or 4 years before the next game comes out. So
Mm.
don't get your hope up, Dom, before 2028 before that's going to happen.
You got it. Yeah.
That's how long it takes to make these games. It doesn't
Yeah.
happen like it used to in a year, where you could just bring out Fallout and somehow magically make it happen in a year. But in the 90s anymore.
Yeah, just reskin it.
So Microsoft unveiled this week a Star Wars Mandalorian Xbox series. That is a controller down there with a Grogu. Yeah,
You have to undress it to play? That's
I
kind of
think
creepy.
you do have to address it. To
That's
play.
kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I'm
what?
not into that.
Naked Grogu.
How much is this thing running?
I don't know. I didn't see how much it was running. I didn't look at that. But somebody else could look it up while we're going through news if you want. I think it's pretty cool. Like you get the Grogu
350 to
controller.
400, I think.
What?
I think 350, 400. I think I saw it.
It should be more than that.
I don't know, maybe 500. I don't know, 4 or 5.
I'd be guessing. I'll look it up.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. I think the art's cool. I think it looks cool. I got a PlayStation. I'm not going to get an Xbox, but
These sweepstakes. Well, I already have an Xbox. I don't need another one.
I don't have nothing.
I have one. Yeah, I don't need one.
I can't sit down and waste
Plus,
time.
my brother bought one of those Star Wars PlayStation ones when it came out with Battlefront 2, and that shit's had all types of problems.
really,
Yeah.
yeah.
They got some cool controllers that they released too, like a Grogu and a Mando, but like pictures of them on them.
Yeah, they went big for the release of Mando. That just
I'm not a gamer,
Why couldn't it be
so
the price though?
maybe I'm asking a question that maybe I'm asking for something that they already do. Why not just make skins that you can slide over these things instead of asking someone to go out and buy a whole new system just to have Grogu on your console? Do they make
Make as much money
skins you
then.
can just slide over them?
People will paint them. They don't make skins. I mean, maybe they do. I've never heard of it before.
they make more money this way too. A skin
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah,
charge a
they're
whole
making
new.
money.
Somebody buy just a new one, just for it. Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, here's the book for Jedi that is released this week. Kevin Thompson, who played Chukya Truk, one of the Ewoks. I don't know who this Chukya is. Released a memoir this week called My Journey to Endor.
Here there were controllers real quick I was talking about.
No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of fun.
they were selling those during last whatever there was.
Oh, and JJ said they do make skins. So,
Oh, they do.
yep. What do you think, JJ? Our Jedi?
I'm not first party though. That's
How
it.
much would this cost? How much would we have to pay you to read this memoir?
50-plus-year-old dude, baby.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I have my price. I mean, I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Marco, are you
I don't
interested
think I
in
have a
this one?
price. There's no way.
How many pages is it?
I don't know. I didn't
It could be
look that
5.
far
I'm
up.
still not reading it.
It's $4.99.
I mean, he's got to have something spicy in there, right?
He's got to. He's got to.
He's
I
got to
don't
have
know.
some type of spicy stuff in there.
Yeah, I hope it's good and I hope it does well. I just don't.
Like,
I don't
all of a
who
sudden he's
Kevin
got like a,
Thompson is.
a Bandcamp story or something he pulls out. I mean, who knows?
The day in the back of Andor, and we were.
That's what I'm saying.
Dom, you're letting me down, Dom. I mean, this is a perfect setup for you to bring up Bridget, and you're leaving it alone.
Oh,
No, we're not doing. No, we're not doing that here. No. Go someplace else with that. All right, what's up next?
All right. We got a couple more things and we're about done. We will be getting The Mandalorian. The manga will be releasing in the West this fall by Viz. So we will be seeing that. It'll be the manga style. They usually, they don't stick exactly to the storyline, so it won't be exactly like the comic. They do some embellishing and all that stuff. So I always appreciate the manga. I like the ones they've done for Rebels. They've done Leia. They did some others. So it'll be interesting to see what they do for the Mandalorian. So that will be kind of fun to look at.
This will not follow the series storyline. This will be its own.
We love Wicket. That was Chukta.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what that one's like.
He got Wicked. Yeah, Chuck done. The fucking one nobody remembers.
I don't even know which one he is. He the one that stole the speeder bike?
I don't know which one that one was.
Was he the one who was rocking his friend? He's dead.
Dude,
I've played Star Wars games where there's like tons of named Ewoks as cards, and that's not one of them. So I don't know which one this one is.
Yeah, I don't
You know what? Now I realize why they didn't come out with the Mando book prior to the Mando season 1.
Oh, good lord.
Backstory. I can tell you why. Because they can't get the damn timeline straight. They have no backstory. They have no clue what the hell they want to do with the guy yet.
We've said that, Dom. We don't.
I know. I'm just saying.
They're not.
No,
They're not
no,
gonna-
you told us that's not true. You said they have it all planned out. It's going. They know exactly. Boba Fett. I'm just saying, guarantee. Boba Fett.
Yep. No. And JJ, right? This has been out in Japan.
Dom's coming to the
but
dark
this is
side,
coming
dude.
to the West, so it will be localized for us this fall. And then we got news that the High Republic Phase 1 Omnibus is coming in October 1st. And so this will be all the Marvel stories, 1 through 15, Trial of Shadows, Eye of whatever that thing is called, the Martian Row story. All of those are coming together in an omnibus.
Do you think this has lost a little bit of steam if they would have not done this? Like Star Wars, it kind of, you give us the story and then you do the backstory and then like the sequel, prequel, postquel. Like if they would have just done it in order, do you think it would have gotten
actually
more steam?
think it did lose some steam in a way because it took a while for people to get used to the characters in the High Republic. When it started picking up steam, people started liking the High Republic, started liking it, and some of the characters, like us in the panel. Some of us liked it straight out, but it started really picking up steam for me. Yeah, I enjoyed it later on as it picked up, but now they go back.
Right.
It's kind of.
I was doing the bracket. Yeah, I agree. I was doing the bracket list, and I kind of was thinking like, okay, these characters, okay, but like we know most of them don't have anything to do like because we did a High Republic end, and it's going to be versus a regular Star Wars thing, and I'm like, man, it really kind of pausing because I missed like, okay, are we ever going to get back to man? I wanted the real Row, not the fake Row, all that type of stuff. Like it sounds fine if you want to give us a prequel, but it should have been uber short and like I don't know.
It is
Isn't it
uber
still
short.
kinda
though,
short,
compared
though?
to- It's
Isn't it
only
almost
2
over?
phases.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's been when was the last one of these books done? It seems like it's been 6 months since the High Republic, phase 1 was over, right?
Oh, it's been a year and a half. They just took a long gap between the two.
Yeah, they did take a pause before we got.
No, I mean, no. When was the last comic book from phase 1? Like, so
It was-
like
January of 2022.
And wasn't that the Eye of the Storm? Wasn't Eye of the Storm the last book?
I don't remember what it was. No, it was the
Yeah.
novels. And then there might
I
be
wonder how they're going to do this. I assume they're going to break these up into each different title, or I think it would be kind of cool if they did it chronological, where they actually interweaved.
Inside the book, so
together.
you want like Godfather epic style.
that'd be kind of cool.
They're gonna make different variant covers for this probably. And make some
When are
money.
we getting the deck builder game? They didn't show up to stores. It was running late, so we didn't get it. We'll hopefully have it by next week for you there, John.
Yep.
Yeah, that's on these guys.
Yep. I went to the store yesterday and tried to pick it up, and they said the shipment was late and it'll be in Monday. So I'll pick it up this week. We'll try to get that in there too. March is busy. March,
Arch is
There
a
is-
busy Star Wars week. Yeah.
over 30 unique stories released for Star Wars in March alone. So it is crazy the amount of content. And I think that's also part of the High Republic less caring is we're just getting way too many Star Wars stories.
Bombarded.
Yeah.
No,
Before-
maybe I think it was a pause in momentum too, but yeah, okay, I can see that.
It was the pandemic. There wasn't much happening. Comics were slow. It was just a unique time to release phase 1.
Something
and
new.
Phase 2 is like everything is just coming out nonstop all the time.
Mhm.
So I think that's also a big part of it.
Well,
And
I
that
think
is
too
the-
I think they're also trying to do too much mix over with the regular Star Wars series. Like, make it special if you're gonna do a High Republic thing, not every fucking book. Like, it's just too much.
Yeah,
So-
but they're all the best stuff that we're getting. Like when we looked at the best comics, like they're all High Republic. And this week,
Oh yeah, they still are, but like I wouldn't say that using High Republic in Star Wars or in Bounty Hunters or in Afra is making it any fucking those things any better than it. I mean, because they're not that good in the first place.
No.
Um,
do you want to split up a bracket before comics? We have, or how do you want to do? We have a lot of
yeah,
stuff.
we can do it. So we can do a bracket. We'll start off with the bracket I did second because it looks better, and then if you stick around, you get the High Republic bracket. So you're gonna get the regular Star Wars bracket. We're gonna take one from each section to vote. It's 16, so it's 32 total teams characters. It's 16 per team character, and we just gave you a little rundown of who they are. I got some assistance from Wayseeker for this, and it's only like this last. We tried to do it 6 months. We had to add in one character because we're gonna get yelled at either way. I don't care, but
Nobody's gonna yell.
yeah, they do. They complain about everything, dude. Dude, believe me, they complain because they're gonna complain.
It'll just
All
be
right.
JJ.
Not just JJ. No, usually, like the old dude that's always like, why would you say that? That person's great. They're going to lead the universe. And this book sells for ratio. It's absolutely horrible. We're not talking about any of that, but I decided to put it in anyways. Here we go. Sifo Dyas showed up in Yoda 4 within the last 6 months. And what slot does he get? He gets the number 1 slot. I know it says 2, but the number 1 slot in the Star Wars thing.
You put Sifo at 1, the 1 spot.
He is that important. Like when you think about it,
He is, but you got Mando and Grogu, and you put Sifo.
Well, that was a late ad because somebody didn't put it in there because it was outside of the period, and I knew that somebody down there would be screaming about it, so it was a last minute ad. Just wait till you see where I added them too.
Who are
All
you
right,
talking about?
next. I don't know who I'm talking about. Dom, if Mando and Grogu weren't on this bracket list, would you have rioted and walked out?
Probably.
Even though it didn't fit the criteria?
I posted the list and you didn't say anything in chat. You could have said something for like a whole
Listen,
week.
Mando and Grogu.
Nah, stop. So
Damn, Jedi, that would have been a perfect use of your
Nah.
boycott emoji if we would have made
you're
it.
welcome because I added him in at the last minute. All right. Jewel Tumbar has been added. He was in what the hell is he in? Vader something? Vader 29.
Yeah.
He actually takes the. I got it written down because the numbers are kind of off. So
Jeffrey
in this
Tambor?
bracket, yeah, Tambor. He takes the
He's
8th
a-
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the 8th spot. Yeah.
He's the 8th spot. Like that's how hard this is. Now these are all first appearances that occurred in this time period. I mean, these are the great Star Wars first appearances we've been getting in comics lately.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
this fucking book. I saw this and I almost threw up in my mouth. This was described as one of the greatest first appearances. Go back and check who said this too, because I didn't realize this is somebody else because I don't pay attention to it. They said, no, Marco, they were mad at you because you were saying that they weren't important. And somebody described these as the greatest first appearance since Dr. Aphra. It's Belvine and John Melton. For some reason, some places might still know this as Kira's niece and nephew that turned out to not be the fucking niece and nephew. No shit. If you read comics, you would have known by reading Star Wars 26 that they weren't the niece and nephew. However, this is on the fucking list, and this really pissed me off. So,
16 spot?
no, they got 15.
15, okay.
They got 15.
Oh, you got to watch. The 15, that's the upset spot right there.
Yeah, they got the 15.
That comic sold out so quick though because of that. Remember,
There's a fucking
I
second print.
I still don't have a first print. I don't care about it. I don't have a first print.
Yeah, they had
I went the second print because of those two.
The second print was like limited to 600 copies or something like that.
That was the
No, it was not
variant.
limited to 600 copies. No, there was a shit ton of them. And
Yeah.
the same people who were saying that's his niece and nephew are the same one telling you it's limited copies, Dom. Come on! Come on! Come on!
Already
No, they
selling
might have
for
had
a
a
quarter on
version.
eBay. That's how
Yeah,
much
why
it was.
is it,
But you know what? Hey,
Variant
They're
that was
selling for
limited.
a quarter on eBay. They're selling for
Forever.
They're selling for 25 cents on eBay right now. Yeah.
Moving
on. Moving on. So then we got this one, which at one point Darth Lopez thought was, I can't remember what he thought this was, but it wasn't. It was Gaia.
this is Baby Yoda, right?
Yeah, Baby Yoda. Yeah, this was Baby Yoda.
Baby
Thank
Yoda.
you. Thank you, Mr.
It wasn't
Lopez.
just Lopez. There was a lot of people who thought
Yeah.
this was Baby
Well,
Yoda.
he's the only one that brought it to my attention. But no, so we have that, and I actually kind of dig the character though, just because, not so much because of the fact that people thought it was Baby Yoda, but because I think it's going to be interesting. The Wookiee balance between these two should be okay. Put her at 22, which equals out to, I think it's like, hold on, let me see. I think it's like 11 or something in the overall list. So should be all right there. Fennec Shan. Here we go, Dom. Number 5.
Number
Fennec
5,
Shan.
my favorite number. There you go.
All right, Fennec Shan. Fennec Shan gets a high seat.
So
She
that's,
actually-
that's the 2 seed on this side.
3
right?
seed. It's the 3 seed
side.
on this side. Yeah, it's
the
3
3
seed
seed
on
on
this side. Yep. It's a 3 seed on this
Yeah.
side. She gets the 3 seed. So hey, Dom, don't be disappointed. I gave you 3 seed on that one. All right, next up was another one, Don's favorite, vacuum cleaner head.
My favorite? Who said
You said no. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying this guy might be important. Like he might be really important down the
the
line.
Coyote guy might be important. The other
First,
guy
don't worry, Dom. Relax. We'll get there too. The junk.
Juka.
13. For the junk.
You sure that's not a Saga character?
The junk is a 13. All right, next up. All right. Ajax Sigma. Actually, because this does have, we found out some stuff, inside trader information, that they're pretty much going to be focusing on doing the droid Grata. This is the basis for the droid Grata. Real high seed here. 6 seed for Ajax.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. It's a fair seed for Ajax. I would have put it higher, but I know I don't think people understand how important that character is.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It is. The importance will be seen to go forward.
I mean, yeah, going forward wise, a lot of this stuff is like the Fennec Shan and all is past wise. This is the future. If you want to bet on a future book, I guess Revelation 1 future character Ajax, probably a good bet there because they announced that they're coming out with stuff. So it's not like we're being psychic here. They actually said that character is going to be important.
And it said at the very back of the issue for Han Solo, Ajax Sigma will return or whatever.
Death, the high cost of living.
People who may return, but I don't think it was as important as people try to make her out to be. But we'll cover it in comics. Is Phaedra? How do you say her name? Phaedra?
Phaedra's
Whatever.
what I call her. I don't know.
I mean, she's not dead. The good thing about her is she's not dead. Okay, she's not dead.
That's a
Not
plus.
dead. 12 seed.
She's
No,
not
see,
dead,
Giant
and
Star Wars
it sounds
come
like
back.
she is going to go forward somehow in the
Yeah.
story.
She might show up somewhere.
Nobody
Just like
really dies in Star Wars except Qui-Gon Jinn.
very good. All right, here we go. I put Miggs on here, and I gave him a high ranking because I don't want Dom screaming. He's got a 5 seed. I like the character. I just don't see much future for him, but whatever.
Oh, 5 on this side.
Yeah, 5 on this side. Yeah. All right. And speaking of vacuum cleaner, here we go. Another one that Dom said probably could have. I'm just saying, could have some importance. We gave this.
This is a Grand Master, right? Jedi Grand Master. So this one has some history to it, at least. So
You too. Just like baking Grandmaster's Wayseeker. I put this fucker.
this is a Grand Master, at least. That's
14
just
scene.
Gardner Baker.
Whatever. Gardner Baker can't even. We've never even seen those characters again. Wayseeker was screaming at me in the chat back in the day about how important those characters were.
It's true.
Why won't you talk more about these characters? The first appearances, I know everything about first. Yeah, okay, bud. How did that work out for you? All right, 14 it is for Eli Sutton. All right, there we go. This is a late minute ad because I noticed that it wasn't up there, and Wayseeker said, "But Marco, it doesn't fit the criteria." I said, "But Wayseeker, if we don't have this, we cannot do a show because Dom will be complaining the entire show."
Look at the child's face, Grogu's face. It looks like a human face.
So I put 1 and 2 in there too. But Grogu and Mando, I combined it as the child in that. Yep. And then I gave them, I don't even know what seed I gave them. I can't even.
Well, that would be the 2, or no?
No, it's not. No. The 2 seeds above that. It's like,
you made that bracket tough because that means in the next round it's going to be Finnick versus Mando and the child.
No, I didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah,
I didn't do it on purpose.
You had to face him off against Anteater and the vacuum cleaner head.
No, it gets better. You'll see. All right, it's not a bad one. Let's go back and see what seed that is. I can see what it is. 11, so that's
a 6.
6 seed. Yeah, 6 seed. 6 seed. Not bad seed. 6 seed. Yeah.
What is the criteria that you keep talking about? I don't know.
The criteria was that had to have a first appearance in the last 6 months. So I put
first appearance in the last 6 months.
The last 6 comics issues. So if it was 8, it'd go 3 through 8. So
technically, you didn't make it. Technically, you didn't make it.
Technically, the category that I was given, but Marco overruled.
Yeah, you're welcome, Dom. Say thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Next up, this is where we're gonna get in trouble because for some reason, whenever we show her, we get some angry old dude yelling at me, even though Pete was about to say something either inappropriate or criticize this terrible actress, and then I'm gonna get yelled at. So here we go.
That's inappropriate.
I don't know. I don't know what you said.
You said that she made like $44
which was right. She did make $44. That guy was so mad. He starts screaming at me for some reason. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't follow the box office. I don't give a shit. And I got screamed at while Pete was just like, yeah, of course. 100% Marco's fault. So here we go. We didn't even use her actual face. We used the comic book face, which is just horrible, but whatever. I don't even think she should be on here on the list because I think she's irrelevant at this time. If you watch certain episodes,
they already wrote her off.
They wrote her off 100%. She'll never be coming back. But I gave her a 10 seed anyways because this list sucks. Wow. So
that's going to be an interesting chat. What will they pick? Ajax versus Cara Dune? Cara Dune could beat.
If they pick Cara Dune, they're morons and they should not buy comics for any other reason than to waste money. Just telling you because they don't know what they're talking about. All right, next up. As you can see, I didn't do favoritism. I didn't set up any of my favorites or help you guys out to explain anything. I'll do that when we go through the panels. Next up, huge seat right here, Inferno Squad. They get the 2 seed.
I'm surprised that you took Sifo at 1 and Inferno
I'm not. This is why. If something like if Diamond's going to go out there and try to hawk sales on a first cover, second, third cover appearance, 4th overall appearance of this squad, I mean, you know that it's got some polling power. It was actually, the decision was between 1 and 2 between Sifo Dyas and Inferno Squad. The only reason why I went with Sifo Dyas is because there has been a lot of long-term fans waiting for that Sifo Dyas appearance. There's been a lot of long-term fans. Very hard. It was a toss-up of a quarter. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what did I say? No, that's not what I was saying. Wait, Marco has no favorites?
Yes,
Well,
he does.
yeah, I do. There are some favorites I have in this one. But yeah, so that's it. I know it was a hard one. I was going to
He
ask
gets
for help on
loud
this.
about them too.
Oh, don't worry, I will. I'll get super loud about it. Van, this
This is
thing,
upset the making right here. I'm telling
this
you.
thing scares me in my sleeps. This is fucking horrible. This is like Child of the Corn. Can't believe it made the list. Star Wars number 30. What? Yeah, it's fine. I don't think we've seen him after the first 2 episodes. He got the 16 seed. That's how much there is my discrepancy. I hate him so bad. Even the bullshit that people are lying about the cousins, most important people, are above him.
The Broom Boy. The Broom Boy from friggin'
I don't hate Broom Boy. I like the idea of Broom Boy. Why you gotta hate on Broom Boy?
I don't hate
you hate orphans. Dom, why you hate orphans? AOA. Did you hear that? Dom hates orphans. Oh my god, what are we doing here? All right.
Won't believe the hype.
He's gonna lose versus Cypher Diaz. There's no way he's beating Cypher Diaz.
He's gonna win it all.
Unidentified Sith Darkseeker. It was supposed to be Darkseekers all together, but I like this one better because we talked about it last week. And if it is part of the actual race of Siths, it's pretty important. Yeah. So where did I put them? I can't read. It's too dark in here.
know.
I think it's like 7 seed. Got like a 7 seed there. That's a tough bracket. It's gonna be that versus Cypher.
I think Tambor will get the upset right there, but we'll see.
Really? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think we're gonna go Darkseeker, and then if you can sell it enough, you might actually beat Cypher Diaz with him. Because I know that's gonna be your big sell. This guy almost got cut, but I threw him back in, so Gideon's in because I like him. Huh? There's a lot of shitty Mandalorian books here. So I don't know.
A lot of first appearances, good characters, man.
So
nobody cares about it though. Yeah, go ahead, Jedi.
No, I mean, I'll say this, and then Waster Girl said, "Oh, the list was up all week," and he's absolutely right. But what about the Spark Eternal little big-eared thing? Was that a first appearance?
He would have been. He was way more than 6 issues ago.
Yeah, he's a long time ago.
Oh, I thought it was 6 months. 6 issues?
Well, 6 issues, 1 issue a month.
Well,
so
one issue a month.
Yeah, okay. That was wow. It's been that long. Okay.
It's been like 10 issues now. It seems
Time
like
flies when you're dragging out a goddamn story.
So I went back to
Thank you,
24 was as far as I went for Afra, and I think he was like 22. So I didn't break any rules unlike Marco.
You know what? I can't win. I either help you guys out with stuff or I don't help you out with. You don't complain when I put your Darkseeker up there, but then you complain when I put his thing there. So that's
on my list.
Listen,
the
I don't hate
OCD in
offense.
me is screaming, wanting to know what's
I'm a
going on
big
with
fan
the
of
color code.
Oliver Twist. Please, I'm not a.
all right. What is it, Jedi?
I just said my OCD is screaming, wanting to know. Oh, never mind. Never mind. The different colors were throwing me off, but I guess it
was because when I was putting them in, I put in a red color so you know where they'd sit in the rankings. So there we go. That's the wonderful. There's like 3 fucking people worth of shit on this list.
There are.
I would say I don't know 80% of these.
Yeah, there's maybe 3 people on this list that are worth of shit. Maybe 4, but yeah, that's it.
You got Sypho, you got Ajax,
Sypho, Ajax,
and you
Inferno
got
Squad.
The Mando
and
character.
maybe Finish him.
I don't think any of that. I don't think any of
Mando
those
the child. That's that's a big one right there.
It's not though. Like in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. All right. Just because there's too much paraphernalia with it. All right, there we go. So that's what we got. Looks like we'll have a good bracket. We'll have the second half, the HR, the more important bracket, the High Republic bracket later. Let's get into. Let's split it up real quickly and get into some comic news. Hyperspace Stories number 4. Wayseeker said that he was going to cover this one and clip it, and then 3 hours ago said, "Marco, I can't find it, and I don't have time." And I said,
"That's not true. I said it like on Wednesday. I couldn't find it."
Did.
Did you?
What comic was it that you swore you were not going to review this week?
You'll see. You'll see.
Mando.
So here we go. This is why I loves it. We're going on to Life Day. All of a sudden, Rey gets a migraine or some shit, and then she gets shot at by her pilot. Yay. This thing wasn't too terrible. Is that so? Wait, hold on. I got a question. I read this, but I still don't fucking get it. Is Lumpy Teeny or whatever her name is that Chewbacca's girlfriend or is it his sister? Who is she? one that falls out of the tree.
Those would be two different things.
Lumpy's his kid.
His son.
Yeah, but it's not named Lumpy. He introduces him to a girl named Lumperina or some shit. The one that he's hugging. That's his son? That's his son that he's hugging right there. Not a girl?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's his son.
So Lumpy
son
is short
falls
for
out cheat.
Lumperina?
Or whatever the hell it is. Yeah. Look, it's not good. Then the pilot jumps out the back and starts choking at Chewbacca somehow. They're like, yeah, we're going to give up. But then Lumpy jumps out of the air and tackles her. And then Rey uses the Force to save the person that was trying to kill everybody. And then Rey gives her a decoration for
That
Life
Twi'lek
Day.
trying to fly? What was going on there?
Yeah, no, fell. She used the Force to keep
See,
her.
look, he's got arm flapping.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the pilot doesn't have handcuffs on anymore, and now she likes all the Wookiees, and she starts shooting the ham. I shit you not. Yeah,
I wonder if Ruben is reading this.
Roast beast, like in Dr. Seuss.
It is. I think I actually carved up the roast beef with the blaster.
Yo,
it is the roast beef.
What's that back there? It looks like it's two Wookiees hugging. It looked like Cousin Nick back there. It looked like the is that one person or two people hugging next to Rey?
Yeah, there's two people.
Two people. Okay, I thought it was like one looked like Cousin Nick.
Dude, yeah.
You didn't give us the sound effects, Marco. You're letting us down here.
Oh, sorry. We got some pew-pews. I did put in some rah-rahs. No, it's because the sound effects are better in the other book. So At the end, we get a callback to Wayseeker's most important. Remember this little doll? It's so important. Rey gives Lumpy, who's not a girl but looks like a female, the doll.
I'm telling you, it's the most important first appearance that we've seen in Hyperspace Story. It's been 3 issues now. This doll has traveled through the storyline.
Well, it's done now.
What's next? What?
It's done now. It's the end.
Is it?
It's the end.
Who knows?
That was fucking super. They say it's the end.
I know.
Super fucking
When's
important.
the Boba Fett issues coming out?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nobody cares. All right. Star Wars 32. Okay. Remember Final Fantasy like 10 or whatever? Remember when you were like on the one planet, they had these characters that had glasses just like that, like the guard people, and you had to kill them? That's all I kept looking at. No, nobody remembers that? Okay. Well, I do. So they're trapped on this oil rig that's out in no space. And then all of a sudden, Chewbacca screams, and the guys are like, wait, doesn't that guy understand you? No, let's go take him. Somebody does. And then Chewbacca's like, y'all were making out, huh? And he's like, yeah, you know that, but whatever. Why are you here? And Chewbacca says, well, I have a plan because I know how to get out. And then he takes him to the guy, and the guy's like, listen, you're all new people. People say that all the time, but I'll give you a shot. What does he got to say? And he says, you see these green dots? Yeah, they're Pathfinders, the Pathfinder engines.
Path engine.
And the guy's like, yeah, that's great if we had one. And he goes, but we do. We just got to go get it off that planet where we left it on the moon where all the robots attacked us. So then all of a sudden we had creepy kid. Now we get creepy Luke Skywalker going like, I need to go get my book. I was on the last 3 pages. I got to see how the Jedi text ends.
He didn't have a space bubble on his head on the cover.
He does now. So he put a space bubble on his head and looks just like the creepy corn boy. We get some roars and some roars and some grams and some cracks.
He said wearing helmets, you know.
And somehow Lando changed from this to, I mean, he lost like 20 pounds and he got a thinner mustache. And
like Arsenio there.
That's Bill C. Williams.
Yeah, B. C. Williams, right. A lot of grunting and growling in this book. They get on the moon and it's like, the only one who can pick up the path engine happens to be Chewbacca while everybody else traps the robots.
Wait, is Chewbacca in space too?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, they're all there.
But where's his thing?
Who knows?
He's a Wookiee. He doesn't need one.
Yeah, he doesn't have a suit.
That's the biggest question you have about this book. You're not reading the book right. All right. So then all of a sudden the robots are there, and Luke uses some force, and then says, "Hey, yeah, I'm going to start hitting him with the blaster. Why don't you just keep using the force? I don't know. Maybe it's just so that we could get a zick in there, and then a quick."
He couldn't. It took too much energy to use.
Yeah, did he? Because then he starts cracking people in the face with his lightsaber. He's like, "Yo, we gotta get out of here," and then he gets shot in the back. I thought, but he kind of does. He pulls a Boba Fett, where he's like, "Where's Boba Fett? Where's Boba Fett? No, where's Luke?" And he gets hit in the back, and then does the but he doesn't fall on a Sarlacc pit. Instead, he falls right to the book, but then his hand gets clamped, and it's by a thing, and he doesn't get to finish his book. And then, crack! We get at the end. To be continued. They shouldn't continue this. They should have ended this shit right now. There we go. Wasn't the worst Star Wars book in the last 6 months, but wasn't the best. Well, yes, it was. It was probably actually the best in the last 6 months, to be honest with you.
It was not good though.
No, it wasn't good. It probably needed to be 4 pages. Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Finally, the final issue.
Yeah, you couldn't have come faster. All right, here we go. Oh, Jabba, this is the urn thing. Oh, we'll make sure it actually is. Who set you up? Of course, Guido did. All right.
Why is Biff Tuna like a vampire? He's like,
I don't know.
He does. I didn't realize that, but he actually does really look like a vampire.
The best part about this book is we get a charoom, and then a pew, 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 and then a conk, and then a grr, and then a pew, pew, and then a pew. Han gets a fight with the non-dad that we knew wasn't a dad. And yeah, he's like, give me the urn or else. Then there's a bunch more pewing. And then after that, they're like, listen, put your hands up. Where's Han Solo? I'm not going to tell you. And then he just goes, instead of shooting him, he just goes and grabs one of them and throws him to another one. Oh, there you go. Good job, Chewbacca.
Hey,
Chewbacca
I like
was a
Han
rock star.
Solo's famous pointing. You know when he had points?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I like better the choom choom in the background where he's still getting a fight. Oh, no, wait, he's getting shot at by another Millennium Falcon. It's not really another Millennium Falcon. It's just another.
Shouldn't hang me on a hook, Johnny.
Yeah.
My father hung me on a hook once.
Isn't that the Outrander? The what's his name? Dave Frendar's ship? Is that the kind of ship that Dave Frendar had?
No, it's the exact same ship.
It is? Oh.
Yeah.
The Carillion whatever cargo ship. They run the same ship. Then they end up landing and they're like, oh, wait, what's going on? And he's like, well, Chewbacca told me that you're worth a lot, so I can't get Chewbacca because he beat me up, but I can arrest you and your friends because there's a warrant out for you. And they're still back in space going, we're going to fight. Choo, choo, choo. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, what's going on? I don't know. We better go. We're going to have a crash landing. And they crash into the ground. And then Han says some other stuff like, oh, yeah, remember me and you told me I was a sucker and I fell for you being my dad? Well, I'm going to shoot you.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was a good Han shot first, and like I'm just going to take out this guy.
But if you go back to that page, he looks like Doctor Strange or Mystic Ball from G.I. Joe. The characters with the hair. Look at it, the way the father looks.
It was good because, it was good. He's not the father. It was good because that guy was saying like, oh, you're such a soft target because you want family so bad. And he's like, oh, yeah, I want him that bad. How about this? And shoots him in the face, which is nice. All right. Then they stick up Han's plane. And then all of a sudden Chewbacca shoots the blaster out again. The sight that Chewbacca has, he just forget the bowcaster. Give him one of these little space pistols. He's amazing at it. And they go, oh, what are we going to do? Who can I have? Well, you can have all those guys. Well, I'm going to leave everybody here. We're out of here. What are we going to do? I don't know. I got the one lady I want. Everybody else isn't worth anything. Han Solo is going back, and I'm going to bury the what's he burying again? The urn thing?
Yeah, or the Ajax, right?
Yeah, the Ajax system.
Yeah.
So he's burying that into the ground, and then he takes off, and we find out that what's her name? It isn't the end of her. There you go.
The end?
Yeah.
Where's the question mark?
I know. No, they give you 4 things on it. This is just disappointing.
Ajax Sigma will return.
Ajax is coming back.
Did you get the following part after this?
No, I didn't. I didn't put it in there.
That's where his dad doesn't actually die. They show that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All
Here,
right.
I got him right here.
Yeah.
Throw him on the screen. Hold on. Put him on the big screen.
Yeah.
All
You got to drag me up there because I'm holding the book.
Hold on, I can't.
I was a little disappointed that dad didn't die. Nope.
I was disappointed too. Oh, Jay. Hey. All right, here we go.
Yep.
There you go. See, he's down. He's in the shadows in the booth.
I don't want him to come back. I just want it to be done.
Me too. That
Could
part
you just be done with it, man? All right. Here we go. Empire. I was halfway through that book. I wasn't even going to review it because it was so bad, but Hidden Empire 4. God, these are so
Hold on.
terrible.
Let me grab my Hidden Empire 4.
Okay, hold on. Grab them.
I got it. Cool.
Actually, not a bad start off scene. We get a little Empire and Darth Vader going, oh, if there's a Sith inside that thing, there's still the rule. I think the only fucking Sith who's ever given 2 fucks about the rule 2 is Palpatine, right?
And
All
Bane.
the rest of them. Yeah, Bane doesn't really care about it, though. He just doesn't like other Siths, period. You know what I mean?
Well, they
came up-
weaken him. They know that he needs
Yeah.
He cares about it. This book was good.
I think he cares about being weak. Either way, he has a battle. They have like a little sparring partner. He says, listen, It can only be a rule of 2. There's got to be a Sith and apprentice. Somebody's got to die.
And Palpatine just whacks a Vader. It's like you're not even in my league. Let's just review.
Oh yeah, it was like practice sparring. Yeah.
So like if there is a Sith out there, you better take care of him because you can't take care of me. And so I'm putting you in your place right now, Vader. It was pretty fun. I thought.
This is probably the best part of the book. Agreed. Oh, then they get back and talking about the Sith trap or whatever. Oh, no, nobody cares. And then
Does
we
Kira
get
like to talk or what?
Yeah, she does.
But that's her best
Kira
trait.
likes to, oh my god! Every time
That doesn't. It's not a good trait.
She gave a great speech here.
It's like, oh god, I'm about to read a novel here.
Basically, this wasn't a great speech. And then she went.
The one later with the speech that riled the troops up. That was.
I didn't even clip that speech in there.
It was a great speech. I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight with you, Kira. Let's go.
I stopped reading what she was saying because you kind of know what she's saying without reading it. So why all the words?
Yeah.
Well, does Ren explain why he doesn't wear a shirt?
No, but so she goes to try to get Death Six to work for her. Death Six says "kick rocks, bitch," and then she like tries to act familiar with the Knights of Ren, and then
why
finally,
do you wear a cape if you don't have a shirt? That doesn't make sense.
He's intimidating his body. Come on, man. You don't know how it is.
So anyway, she might get some of them to help her out. Then she tells the little kid thing like, "Oh, here, I'm probably going to die from this or whatever." Cool little bit though. I kind of like how they kind of inferred this from the High Republic, but maybe not. Is because they put High Republic stuff in every book. As they go back to that little planet, Anchurium base thing or whatever that's supposed to be full of life and Sith life.
Yeah.
So,
This is.
I was thinking when they first were talking about it, I was thinking Dagobah, but then when this popped up, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But why does the character that Kira's talking to look like Fred from Scooby Doo? Like she's rocking his outfit.
Calvin is always that's the leader of the 2 clans, the Broken Clan and the other clan.
But she put the ascot on her head.
I know, but like I don't even know what like that seemed like a good storyline, and I don't know why they just keep dragging it on to not be relevant at all. But whatever.
Did you think they were
same,
going to reference the Dren gear? Because I mean, like when Vader comes down, it's like I can sense the dark side. This is where the Drengar we met them the very first time. So they still like hibernating underneath and like waiting on this station. I don't know.
Well, because they put this totem deck.
The station has ties to High Republic, but it's also where Snoke took Kylo, right?
Correct. In the Kylo Ren series. Yep.
Yeah.
It also looks like Pandora from Avatar.
It's a pretty,
Well, she's like, holy crap, that's a lot of power and stuff. And then she sees, oh, wait, there's the Executioner. They're already here. Thought I had more time. In the meantime, Kira gave this speech that made a bunch of the Crimson Empire
like a 2-page spread, too.
Yeah.
You cut the whole thing.
Yeah, not doing it.
I'm just saying Tom Cruise could have fired him up in a lot less words. That's all I'm
I'm not going to disagree with that, Jedi. So there we go.
Show, don't tell. Like, I'm just going to get in the plane and just show you.
They're like, we got all this stuff, but we could just attack the planet anyways. So Palps go, hey, listen, Vader, we're not even going to hit him with long-range weapons. We're just going to go down there and fight our way out of this. They go down there looking like badasses hopping off the Imperial shuttle. Death all around them. And they're like, let's go. And that's the end of that.
That was
You
good.
know what's funny? Didn't that remind you of
bad.
the novel with Vader and Palpatine were what's the name of the novel again? It was the
Lord of the Sith.
It was Lord of the
Dark
Sith.
Lord of Sith.
Yeah. Didn't that remind you of that scene right there? Kind of mimic.
From the hit video game Star Wars
I'm
Battlefront
not,
2, Enter Inferno Squad, right there on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hating Hidden Empire yet. I'm liking it. It's the second. It was the second best comic that I read this week.
This page with Cal and stuff, I think they could get rid of. But yeah, it wasn't a bad. It was actually a good book and moved well. I liked it.
You got
Vader
rid of
Emperor
your speech that he loved. You know, you're just trimming stuff.
Yeah, well, when you trim that out, it gets even better.
We had 3 Soul books this week. That was the really weird thing. It's like between Star Wars, this one, and the one we're doing, the final one, they're all Soul comics.
So Mandalorian came out today too. Nope, not doing a review on this one. There we go. So Blade number 3. Here we go.
I just grabbed it.
Nope, I already said it.
I would like to give before Marco gets going on this one. This was really good. I liked it, but before we give Soul too much credit, this is pretty much the Battle of Troy, right? I mean, it's a lot like Troy, right?
A bit. It's also it's a lot of things.
Oh,
Romeo and Juliet, Troy. Yes, it's all the same. Yeah.
dude,
Pete,
the
I didn't
art,
even pick up,
the
I didn't
McCoys.
even pick up Mando 8. Is the art that bad?
the art is awful. I'm flipping through it. I'm like, oh my god.
Pete, show one page of it, I guess.
Yeah, let's see what page, Pete.
One page,
I'm
Pete.
just looking at I'm just looking at here like this is Giancarlo Esposito, but then over here I don't know.
What
It
the
was black
shit?
all of a
Sideburns.
sudden.
Cyber rolling.
Sideburns.
Okay, we're not
No,
doing
you
that.
flip
You know who he
to
looked
here,
like?
and then-
No, we're done.
Now, is
He
that
looked like
Carl Weathers or is not Carl Weathers? No, Carl
Marco,
Weathers.
you
on the
said
other
you weren't
page.
going to do this.
No,
Nope.
guy-
Awful.
We're not doing it. Nope. Blade number 3. There we go. All right, so they're still doing
Oh,
the
you
fight.
missed the little baby leg. You gotta look at the little leg kick.
No. For some reason, though, the main door.
Horrible. It looks
Hold on.
It looks
Pete,
like
you're
Bobby
getting
from King of
muted.
the Hill kicking.
You're gonna get muted.
Put it
The
up
blade number 3.
Put it up there, Marco. Put it up there.
No, we're not putting it up there.
Put it
Here,
up
hold
there.
on. Hold on. You ready? Okay. So blade number 3, there's a door that has apparently the front door is the weak part. That's what I didn't understand about this book. How's the front door the weak part of everything? But it
Well,
was.
They said it was a built-in weakness. Like, why
Why would you build in? Yeah, why would you build in a weakness in your front door? I don't know. But Barash is up there saying like, "Don't worry about it."
Sticking through the comics, and I'm gonna probably bounce after we're done with the comics.
Cool. I got an idea. All of a sudden, they start firing, and she like throws. I don't know if I like this issue that well. She ends up, what's his name? The Blade. She's like, "Yo, go out there and stop them from fighting." He's like, "Yeah, sure, boss. Whatever you say." He jumps down. We get some pew pews, some ZZ, some shooks, and some vroom vrooms, and then a little pew pews, and he's going through all the battle, and he looks badass. Don't get me wrong, but like, he's in front of the whole army. He's like, "Hey, listen up here. You can either stop or you're going to end up shooting yourself." And then he jumped out of the ring and they end up shooting himself. And he's like, "See, I'm just here, not for violence. I'm here to like calm everything down or whatever." And then this great bounty hunter who's supposed to be, or I guess hired arm, who's supposed to be like, yeah, whatever. She doesn't do much. So my man's like, "Yo, she works for me." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll just hang out." Cool, man. Your character seems cool.
I think they're gonna have to give us some backstory on her before I buy into her being so important. I know Wayseeker, that it's been said that she's going to be super important, but they need to give us something because right now she's just
you need to show rather than tell us why she's important.
I agree. She looks cool.
Yeah,
though.
she looked well, not so much here sometimes, but she did originally when we saw her. But then so then back there, Baruch is like, "Hey, listen," and the Queen's like, "I thought you said that your boyfriend / brother / cousin husband would stop the fighting," and then all of a sudden the fighting stuff. He goes, "See, I told you it would." She's like, "But I gotta get to the bottom of this," and then we get the the Troy version or the Romeo and Juliet or the Hatfields and McCoy, where the prince has kidnapped the princess, but they haven't really kidnapped each other. They're star-crossed lovers and ran away.
They got a little lazy with the backgrounds on these pages here.
They did. Both sides hate each other. Oh, by the way, Jerry Springer time. Guess who the father is? She's pregnant. So she's pregos, and she says that her people would pretty much just take the baby and throw it like Moses in a river, and then she would still be there because they couldn't even have tainted blood from somebody else, right?
So it's not an Imperial that they can then use to infiltrate. Oh no, that's a different story.
No, different story.
That's Sarah was the Saros.
Yep.
I didn't see it going that route of we're going to throw the baby away, though. That was kind of interesting, I guess.
With
Yeah.
well, they said that they would give the baby to somebody else to raise. They didn't say they would kill it.
No, yeah, but you see the eyes. She's like, they're just going to give the baby to somebody else to raise. Like, they're going to throw the baby away. Like, the baby will mean nothing.
Well, yeah.
She also said that you can't have that type of blood in you, so they'll treat it like. She hinted that they're going to be nasty to the baby. Like
The writing was good in this comic. The writing,
it was
really good.
It was good. But then our man, the Blade's just chilling. Porter Angle's like, "I'm sitting on this tank, having a good time, telling stories," and all of a sudden he's like, "Yo, sister, cousin, wife, yes, we got a problem." She says. He goes, "Oh," and then she's like, "Well, now you got to go kill everybody, or at least disable them all." Inside, they're like, "Oh, these guys are going to scumbag trace back," and all of a sudden, the lady who is the hired hand decides to break out a bazooka and start shooting it.
The one that's hanging out with Corsair from the Star
Yeah,
Tower?
yeah, absolutely. So then she shoots it at the Blade, and the Blade's like, yeah, that's not going to kill me. I'm pretty dope. I am the Blade.
He's got those
I
little
am
ones.
the
We can
Blade.
do this the easy way or the hard way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll do it the hard way.
Yeah, he says we'll do it the hard way. He
You
says,
didn't do
I
a
am the
Luke
Blade.
dusting? Like,
No.
I like his sword.
Um,
I like his lightsaber.
I actually don't like how they're writing him though. Like when I thought like all the stuff we've read from the Blade later on, you know, the Butcher and all that stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, something I think we're about to see the Butcher, to be honest with you. And we got one more issue of this, right? Issue 4 is it?
Yeah, issue 4.
And I think we're about to see the Butcher be born. I think, and I'm always wrong, but I think the sister dies in the next issue. That's what I think.
Jesus.
Something's got to happen, right?
Well, doesn't she have to leave the? Doesn't she have to leave the?
Yeah, she has to leave the order.
Order first.
Oh, she does? Oh,
If
But maybe
look at
that's
her-
what turns it.
Rushed
Maybe that's
out.
what.
Something happens that makes her leave the Jedi.
Yeah.
So maybe he goes all crazy and
Okay.
just kills everybody, and it drives it
Maybe.
like disconnects.
But I would figure. I mean, in the first one, you saw him be kind of sarcastic and kind of arrogant. You haven't seen that now. He's just a pushover that does whatever she says, and it's kind of doesn't play well. But maybe he flips a switch and becomes a mass murderer and like.
Well, he ages quite a bit, judging off the cover for issue 4 that they show on the back of this thing.
So yeah, I'm glad
other
you brought
page.
that up, Pete. And I don't want to get Wayseeker going again, but since he's the one that ages so slow, he appears to be. When you go from the backstory to the present story, he's the one that appears to be aging, not her.
That's true.
Go Wayseeker. Go Wayseeker.
Yeah, they I've given up on the timeline for this. Charles Soule's retconned this thing, and he's just said, "I don't care what I wrote before."
Timelines. Oh my!
I'm talking about in the preview.
But yes, I agree.
So there was a little two-parter where they do have a flashback again, where they, I don't know, it's creepy as fuck. Whatever.
Oh, this was early. I flipped past this. Yeah.
But then they were like, "Yeah, you're my sister. I'm my brother. You don't have to tell me you're my brother."
That
My family.
panel, that middle panel was creepy.
Yeah.
It is creepy.
A little
it was.
creepy.
When they're like
Like
brother
Lena.
and sister like that ain't brother and sister. That's not how they look at each
It
other.
was almost like he was about to make a
Quicksilver and
move,
Scarlet
and she was
Witch.
gonna.
It looked like
Almost like-
Luke and Leia. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost like he was going to make a move, and she was about to put him in the friend zone. That's what that kind of looked like.
You know, if you look at Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, they were
don't want to look at
brothers
that.
and sisters.
Pete's right.
Yeah,
I'm good not
ain't
to
the
look at
ultimate
that.
universe. I don't know where they got off with that craziness.
Blade still, with all the problems that it had, was still the best book, and Empire was by far not a horrible read. The rest of the stuff, Mando and the rest of that garbage, is trash water. But next week we got Bounty Hunters. We won't be looking forward to that. We also, or we will, because it's the Inferno Squad, right? No.
Yeah,
is it?
no, it'll be in.
Yeah, it's the Inferno Squad one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get the
That's gonna be
Inferno
the
Squad.
125.
What?
That one.
That's a regular cover.
Yeah, it's regular cover.
Okay.
We
It
also
might have
get
sold
the
out. It might not be in any stores because it already sold out at Diamond before they even did anything.
well, because Diamond pumped the shit out of that.
yeah,
It's not.
so you
it's
might
what it
not be
says
able
it
to
is.
find that cover anywhere, but it's a
Yeah.
regular cover.
Hopefully, they put it aside for me if they have it. So what happens?
We'll see if stores have.
Don't worry, you'll be able to get it for what Wayseeker say about that one book? It'll be a quarter in or whatever. All right, High
Force
Republic.
powers. High
6
Republic
comes-
cover. Use your force powers.
Yeah, they were using a lot of force power on the High Republic. That looks good. I actually don't mind this
Okay.
Momoka.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I dropped this short today. It got a lot of views.
Momoka.
There's
So
Jedi's
the
book.
women's history. Yeah, the Momoko
Oh my
women's
God, what are
history
we,
on
1,
Star
2,
Wars.
3? We're going to have another 6-issue week. Good God Almighty.
No, just 3.
Just 3. This Momoka I don't like.
I have
But
to read all 3 of them. It looks like.
no. Well, there's Santa, so we don't really have to read this. We
Like
can just
that
let
cover of
Wayseeker
Santa,
read
the
it.
first one.
But if you notice, one of your favorite Lone Pops is
Yeah.
on the cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
I'll
is.
have to read it because of Lone Pop, and so that somebody can counter Wayseeker when he drools all over it. Somebody's got to be able to say,
I
No,
can't wait for this
"You're
comment.
spinning, you're spinning it."
I'm going to pull a Dom. Make some
Bring it
guarantees.
Jedi as the cooler.
By the way, we've been saying it for a while. I want to go back to this. Although this is not what Diamond is calling it, that does not mean you shouldn't try to pick it up and sell it quickly. We're just we've been saying that for months.
I just want one. Like I just love the cover. I think it's a great cover.
I like it too.
FOC. I think I
there
have.
we go.
I
That's
think I have a
Dom's been
whole.
looking for that Captain
Guys.
Tarpals.
I think I've got like 20 of
I
those
like
coming
that
in.
second cover of Star Wars.
Let me see how many of these I have coming in. I probably hook people.
Add it to my stack.
I know. I need to figure out where your stack is. I don't even know what it is. FOC. I'm
like
just gonna
the
mail it
middle
to
one?
Pete, and Pete can give it away.
Dom,
Yeah, I
do you
do.
like that middle one? That doesn't even
I
look like Luke.
No, I like
I
the
actually
middle. I like
no, in real life, like when you look at the actual art, when it looks better than this, I actually kind of dug the cover. Not because of Luke, but it looked really cool.
it. No, it looks cool. I like the way it just looks.
All right, Dom. No, hold on, Dom. Here we go. You love these so much. Captain Turpal's been waiting for that fucking one, haven't you?
Too.
Turpals.
Holy shit! This
Yo,
is
listen, they have a Darth Maul cover, a holographic Darth Maul cover coming out soon, so I'm getting that one.
But I like his bell bottoms.
This is first cover appearance of Captain Tarpals, right?
yeah,
Tom?
it is.
Maybe.
Didn't we rank this? Didn't we rank this shit? Was it last week we ranked fucking Star Wars artists?
Yeah.
Okay, Captain Tarpals. How the hell does that guy make the list? I don't
How
even
does
know.
he make the list? There's no Cad Bane.
Speaking of that, hey Jedi, now's the time. What?
I'm saying, how does he make the list and Cad Bane never had a cover, an action figure cover?
Because they're going through these. Last one was Jar Jar. Now we're having Tarpals. We're going to go through 10
You got to go through the prequels
of
first.
all of them.
This
JJ,
is the living set of Marvel. This is like Topps living set. They're just going to
it's
keep making
horrible.
them.
Yep.
Jedi, now's your time to question what happened to Mike Mayu.
I already know. I've already talked to Pete. Pete
All right.
has,
Yeah. I made a mistake.
FOC, kind of cool cover, the A cover, the holiday or the Halloween cover. It kind of it's got the vibes of horror magazines, which I thought was for horror comics, which is pretty cool.
She's
I like
got
it.
Palp's lightsaber.
Does she?
That's one of her.
Nope,
sticks.
that's one of her
No matter what
sticks.
That's one of her.
What?
Yeah, that's one of her charge sticks.
Oh,
That's not a
Oh, that's a
lightsaber.
charge stick?
Yeah, it's one of her
Mm.
electrostaff sticks that is red. And then we got speaking of shirtless dudes that Pete loves. There you go.
I actually like that cover. With the,
I was questioning why he's not wearing a shirt.
Because why do you need a shirt when you got a cape, bro?
You walk through the jungle.
Doesn't make any sense.
You get
Why are you
poison
wearing
ivy
a
up your
cape and you don't
nipples.
have a shirt?
Dude, if I had abs like that, I wouldn't wear a shirt either.
If I had nipples like that, I wouldn't wear a shirt either.
I'd be like, oh, I'm fine. I'm going to go outside in my bath towel. It's
Don't
fine.
worry about it. You walk through the woods.
I can get rid of this so we don't talk about it anymore. Okay.
Space poison ivy on your nipples.
Holy hell.
Ah.
Oh my god.
And on
All
that
right.
note, I'm going to go so you guys can continue to have fun because I got to get
All
ready
right.
for work tomorrow and get shit ready for the rest of the week.
Do you want to hey, Wayseeker, do you want to switch it up and do either a
We should do one of the reviews.
let's
So
get
we'll go back to
into
back.
let's get into let's get into one of them. Which one do you guys want? You guys want to do Mando or Bad Batch?
Let's do
Chat,
Bad Batch.
what do you want to do? Bad Batch? Okay, do Bad Batch.
We're
Are you
doing
gonna
the
crap
better
all over Bad Batch or no?
We're doing the better one first.
I'm trying to remember
Jeez.
what it was.
All right, I'll be right back.
That batch is pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. You know,
I think I remember liking it. I just don't remember what it was about.
That batch was really good. It was really good.
it was really good, and I enjoyed the callback. You know, the callback, the Beast. But you know what's funny? Okay, quick question. Remember when?
Oh yeah, the Gillibeast.
Remember when Omega and Hunter went to that planet, and there was a planet where there was a beast that ate energy. It was like in the cave, and Omega, like it was Omega and a Hunter story, that they went to a cave and there was a beast in there that had ate off the electricity.
Season 1.
Was it season 1? Yeah, season 1 when they first got it was like one bonding that she walked away and she went. Into
I
the
vaguely
cave.
remember it, Dom. I don't remember. Yeah.
But because this beast eats electricity too.
Yeah.
And the same thing in Clone Wars. Yeah.
So anyway, so Metamorphosis, I feel like maybe we're turning. Maybe Metamorphosis is saying we're shifting here. Like we're finally getting a purpose, which was nice because they kind of wrapped up the Sid storyline. I felt like so we got this ship that comes out of hyperspeed completely wrecked or whatever. So you're kind of wondering what's going on there. You got the Kevin Scott kind of vibes, like what's going on here with the horror story. This guy's completely shocked. I don't know why they were using like electro staffs when this thing eats electricity. That part didn't quite make sense to me. Maybe
Can
Mark.
I ask a question real quickly? Did
Yeah.
you guys have the feeling that this was going to be like that? What was the Decay or whatever, that Star Wars book where they had like the zombie?
Oh, yeah. I actually thought, I was like,
I thought that's exactly what this was going to be.
I thought it would have been cool if they did that.
I thought it was going to be like the ghost story with the one with O'Hara where they come across the ship and there's that specter that laughs and shuts down the ship or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Tails or whatever that was.
Yeah.
That's what kind of reminded me of. So, but why would you have an electric staff when the thing eats electricity and it gets bigger? Like, why wouldn't you have a different weapon that worked against the thing that you're trying to contain?
It could have been something. Who knows?
We're going too far into a cartoon. My kids love this thing. They thought it was
we're
great.
not. All right. So we got a new character here. They come here and you see all these people on Mount Tansis, right? That's where this place is located. Interestingly, Mount Tantis was first brought into Star Wars in Heir of the Empire by Zahn, and so we're seeing that come back from Legends here with these scientists who are picking up, and I think also connecting, to the Mandoverse here through these scientists with cloning. The big one here is Hemlock. He's the big bad of these scientists. We got all three of their names. We
can't wait till he makes a first appearance in the comics so Dom can say how important it is. Go ahead.
Well, he's kind of creepy looking. He kind of reminds me of that creepy mad scientist type of guy.
Marco, did you let your kids watch this one? Because you don't let them watch some of them, right?
Yeah, I let them watch this one.
Even though that thing, you saw the appendages of the trooper hanging out of that thing's mouth as he swallowed it. You were like, yeah, okay, you guys can watch.
Yeah,
this.
we might have paused it and they went to go take a snack break real quickly. I might have fast forwarded that little part and then continued watching. That's what you do as a good parent. You just go ahead.
I was just curious because I know you don't want to let them watch all of them.
Yeah, no, this one I let them watch because I wasn't going to, but then we were getting close to that scene. They were watching it, and I was like, okay, cool. They were liking it. Sometimes the dark vibes throw them off, so they're like, I thought maybe it would scare them to get out away from it, and it didn't. So there you go.
Yeah. We had this good scene with Nalase where she's like, I'm not really interested in helping the people who destroyed my race. And so, I don't think so. She's like, we got to get some other way to, incentivize her properly do so. And that's where things are going to turn coming forward. Sid's like, I got a job for you. And so I think what we're seeing here, but she also says, don't come back if you don't get any, loot. So I think this is the end of their relationship with Sid. I don't think they're going to go back.
She's going to turn him over to the Empire.
What?
She's going to turn him over to the Empire.
No, she won't.
Okay.
She still owes them. They have dirt on her too.
Omega
she doesn't want anything to come across her. She's not going to turn the man down.
Okay.
But
what
we are going to see, we'll talk about at the end. She doesn't need to turn over the Empire because their Empire's already looking for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but she knows where Omega is.
No, she doesn't. She knows where the ship. But
she doesn't. She knows where they're going. She sent them on a mission. If Empire
mission's done, they left.
The mission's over. The mission's over at the end of this.
They're not going back.
Remember when Omega was force sensitive too, or that she's going to make out with her brother Boba Fett?
No, I never said that. Marco, you just suck.
All right. So then you get the old you get the horror scene where they go in the dark everywhere and they see the claws and are like, something is on this ship and it totally killed everybody on board. And I thought this was pretty well done how they drew the suspense out for this.
I was getting some real Xenomorph vibes from this too, Ruben. Yeah, I agree with that.
It was good.
It was. This was a really good episode.
I enjoyed it.
It's funny you asked that because I did not know how the kids would handle it. They handled it well. Especially when the lights came on, they're like, "Wow, look, the lights came on." I was like, "Okay, I didn't know this." The stuff that they find interesting about this kind of opens your eye, like their commentary kind of opens your eyes to what kids are seeing compared to what we see in this. It's really interesting. Go ahead.
Yep.
Keep going.
So they split up. Tech goes and turns on the lights. They go and they see this, Kevamolian facility that's off world, and that Omega's like, I know what this is. This isn't exactly like the one that I was working on, but
Thank God, sure.
it was good to see that. You know, they come across this droid, and he's like, danger, 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 danger.
Dangerous.
And then we see this little beast in this come down, and you know, they start shooting it. I didn't recognize it right away. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't realize it till it grew up.
Yeah, it was
Well, this is
pretty cool. Go ahead.
So if you go back to, I guess, Clone Wars, right, where they captured one at least temporarily, the Zilla Beast or whatever. So this is probably a clone, right, of that thing, of one of them. This isn't a baby. This is maybe a clone.
I don't know.
I think it could be because of what they said later on. Yeah.
Yeah.
High probability.
I don't know how that would work. I mean, they weren't that rare, right? They live on Malastare or whatever planet that is. So I don't know. Maybe they have a way of making them reproduce quicker, or maybe they can clone babies. I don't know how that would work, but yeah.
Well, it grows faster than baby the Grogu.
Sure does. It sure does. So I thought it was like, what is this beast? I didn't realize what it was, and I really like how they left you in suspense with what this thing was as the episode goes along, and then you see it sucking on the energy there, and it gets bigger, and they're like, what happened? And they blow up a hole, and it gets out, and they're like, oh, we got to go after it. So then they kind of split up, and
so that's a perfect part. Like, I thought that was kind of absurd, like, oh, we got to go save this whatever, but my kids were like, yeah, they got to go help out the civilians because they were on the plane and they let it go. And I'm like, really? That makes sense to you? Okay. So when we say this is a kid show, it's 100% a kid show, because that shit didn't make no sense to me. For them, they love that shit. It was like, yeah, obviously they'd go out after this thing. Obviously. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they go in there and they realize what this thing is. And while it just keeps feeding and feeding and feeding on energy, and then you see it just grow and morph into this little, like, man,
I thought it was going to start seeing this.
That is cool.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my.
It was cool to see how fast it goes. It was cool to see it, and you know, I didn't capture like when it jumps on the ship and all of that. There was a lot of good
vibes. Yeah,
It was really cool.
You see all the people looking all worried, like, what in the world is this thing? Which comes in later. I thought that was a good scene, and you see everybody coming out.
That was cool when the ships came into they came in. It didn't look like a cartoon. If you notice, when you seen it, it looked more like a movie or type of a thing. That was pretty cool. I like that.
Tech is becoming maybe my favorite Bad Batch member right now, because he just doesn't, as much as they try and get Omega and Tech to kind of have this connection, and they do. Mm-hmm. But Tech is always like, Omega was concerned about like Tech going off on his own in the cockpit, right? And Tech very coldly like, your concern is not warranted. I mean, just like I almost expect like Omega to go, fuck you, dick. I mean, it was very cold. Your concern is not warranted. And just, I was like, damn.
Yeah. No, I think that's exactly right. They've done a good job with Tech this season. I don't think they've done a good job with Hunter and Wrecker. Like, I think they've kind of gotten the short end.
More of them last season.
They do. They can
now the characters, like everybody wanted Tech and Echo to be more of a prominent characters this season, and they were. You know.
But to the downplay of like us not caring about other characters, if you're gonna have a crew, you got to care about all the crew, and like I don't think they've done a good job of making us care about all the crew. But
not at the same time.
Good job with Tech. What?
Not at the same time. They haven't.
No.
They do it at the detriment of another character.
We got 4 episodes left, right?
5.
We'll keep going.
But anyway, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 4 weeks left, though. And so they have to get off the ship in a hurry because they realize that the Empire's coming, and they do. And then you see the Empire just like blasting this thing with, again, energy. I don't know why he just doesn't eat it, but I guess they can. I guess it's a different type of energy. I didn't understand this part. This part didn't make sense to me either.
Gamma rays, yeah.
Well, I think it might be something reversed. Maybe it's certain energy he can eat and certain energy he can't.
But it didn't make him smaller. Again,
sleep ray. It was the kids refer to it as the sleep ray. So there you go.
Yeah,
it made sense to them.
Yeah, there you go.
This part was. I had some questions about how this actually works in real life, but whatever. It's Star Wars kid show, so I guess.
They put him to sleep, huh? Yeah, that's what they did. Go to sleep ray.
And you see it pick it up with the hook there. It was really weird to me too that they had a tank that would fit a big one on board when there was a baby that they're capturing around. But again, I guess I have to suspend all logic when watching cartoons.
Right.
Well, I thought that was pretty cool that you see all of the Empire come out and round up all the civilians. And
They're
you're like,
gone.
they're all dead. They're all
all
dead. They're all taken care of.
That sucks.
But the Bad Batch gets away. They're able to fly out and take it out. And you see there's the thing in the tank. Again, how did that tank exist in that whatever? There they all getting up, round up. You see them saying all the spec about what they're using the Zillow Beast for and how it would be armor and how the Empire didn't want to end cloning but wanted to control cloning. I thought this was all really good. And they're like,
Yeah, this is cool how they advanced the story here. Yeah, it was nice.
Yep, send it off to Echo and Rex, and so makes it seem like we're going to see Echo and Rex again maybe a little bit later. And then they're like, oh yeah, there's one that got out. And he's like, well, we got to go find them. And you also say, well, there's one person that can motivate Nalase, and that's the same person that they got to find, Omega. And so what we're going to see coming up here, according to my sources, we'll see if my sources are right, we're going to get Crosshair. Crosshair's coming next episode. And I wonder if Crosshair is going to be the one that they send.
Your sources is Common Logic? Because they said we're going to find somebody out there to go find them.
We haven't seen Crosshair in a long time.
Yeah, I think there's something Crosshair out there. Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
think we're going to see Crosshair once again, finally going after the Bad Batch. And it will be fascinating to see if Crosshair changes at all, or if Crosshair is the same Crosshair that has been for the first, season and one episode. So
yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll see.
Has Cody's leaving affected Crosshair at all?
We will see. We will see. We will see.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. I'm glad everybody enjoyed that one, though, huh?
I did.
Raven said your sources thought. Yep.
All right. Speaking of sources, we got a source on all the good.
Hey, my sources thought Dobbs says Sid's gonna go turn him in. So that's what his.
Well, he's been saying that for weeks now. So
yeah.
Guarantee. Isn't that where the guarantee came from?
It was.
That is it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Dom and his guarantees, Dom, let's get through it.
Go. So, because of the launch of Mando season 3, we get Paz Vizsla, which is a remake of the original heavy the heavy military Mandalorian, which I have the original one. I'm not going to get Paz Vizsla now because they put the name on him. I'm not.
All right, fair.
Next, this is pretty cool. From Attack of the Clones, the clone troopers they got out. They finally came out with them, and there are people who buy these. The army build, these are going for like $200 something each. The army build, yeah, I'm not getting this. Definitely not getting this one.
Dom's not getting stuff. You're getting these.
I'm not getting
what?
It. Yeah, I'm gonna pass that. But we got this.
The bobbleheads. Dom's getting this. 100%.
Babies. We got the Bo-Katan. We got Mando with the Darksaber. Ahsoka with Grogu.
Don't these just like bootleg? What's the other thing you collect?
Well, Funko Pops, but these are from Hot Toys, so these are legit too. I have a couple of Boba Fett ones on this.
They just okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of cutie Grogus in the sack eating the macaroons.
Yeah, macaroons.
Macaroons. When he's the episode that he's on the rock, the tragedy.
In the soup, yeah.
And then the soup with the creature with the octopus. You got the armor, and then you got a mystery cause, baby. So it's like you get a mystery one.
Shit looks creepy as hell.
Training. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, you got a whole bunch of them. Right, got the whole set right there, and they come in the boxes, so you don't know what you get. They're mystery.
Oh my god! Wow, they're just stealing money from you.
Oh, they are, man.
Funko's done that. Well, Funko did that before with the minis. In fact, they may still do it with the minis, the mystery minis.
Yeah.
Daytona. All right.
This dropped, and I didn't expect this to drop. So they dropped in Net 8 and a Purge Trooper in a double pack, which they didn't sell, I guess, individually, and they put them in a double pack.
Yeah, for $52 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
get out of here.
75. I think it's 75.
And there's no
$75.
Isn't that what Pete talked about these on the tax show? Wasn't it?
Did
like
he? Yeah, that's $75. Get out of here.
And there's no difference with the regular figures that you buy individually. So I'm gonna pass that. Now this is interesting. John Favreau was on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and he presented this with Jimmy Kimmel. him in a carbonite. And look, it's a custom-made box, Star Wars Mandalorian. The box is made windowless with the plastic, stuff like that. If they can make figures, custom figures for people 1 to 3, why can't they make the figures the fans want? And why does it take 2 years to make a figure if they can make this?
This could have been like made on Filoni's 3D printer for all.
Yeah, it could be, but
It's like super sophisticated.
I know, but I'm just saying. But Hasbro is really being a piece of shit when it comes to.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I don't get
No,
mad
that's
about
all
it.
right.
Hasbro was already doing the personalized figures.
Yeah, I know, but
but it's just a head
really-
on stormtrooper, not like this. But yeah,
I know, but it's kind of just crazy how they want to do what the fans like, but they're not doing what the fans like. And
no, they say fan first. That's literally their logo.
Yeah.
Fan
Yeah.
first. Yeah, right.
bullshit. Yeah, so
All
that's
right.
just interesting. So Gentle Giant has their statue line of Bo-Katan. Pretty cool. Helmless without the helmet. With the helmet, you have so not buying it. It's interesting. Pretty cool. And then I think it's the last one. So apparently St. Paddy's Day. This is St. Paddy's Day exclusive that's dropping on St. Paddy's Day, March 17th.
Yeah.
For Mando. So the bust,
What?
mini bust, Gentle
Bust.
Giant.
Why is it what?
I was gonna say, why is it? It doesn't look like it's at all St. Patrick's Day related.
Not at all.
It just
Yeah.
shows St. Patrick's Day as like an
Arbitrary
arbitrary day.
day.
Yeah. The St.
Could have
Paddy's
had
Day.
Grogu
exclusive.
holding the mic or something, just like
Yeah, they
Yeah.
put like a clover in
I know.
Grogu's
Oh,
hand.
he's
Green, I guess.
Because he's green. That's why.
Yeah, green. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
He's
All
always
right. All right, we're gonna get to this. Hey, what's going on, JJ? We're gonna get to the second half of the brackets. Then after that, I think all we got left is
Mando.
All right. Hey, we're gonna put up this week multiple times. We're trying to figure it out. We're gonna put up each. We've got to do 8 different days. So on 8 days over the next week, we're gonna have you guys actually vote. One on the last bracket that we saw, the Star Wars bracket, and then one grouping here on the HR bracket. Let's get into the High Republic bracket. Remember, it's 32 total teams, 16 and 16. High Republic starting off with Mac, a character I'm not too fond of, but Wayseeker still loves, or at least says we should love.
I never said that at all. It's,
Yeah.
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 Mark
Yeah,
the word
count
down.
it. It's too early. You got to
Wait a minute.
count it.
It's like 7 books into this mother bleeper.
Yeah.
You put the main character as a 12 seed.
He's not actually technically 12. That's the overall seeding for this. He is on this one.
6
He
to
is the 6 seed.
6, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's 6 seed. Yep.
He's gotten better. He's gotten better in the last 2 issues. He's turned a corner.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Maddie. Maddie got a way better seed than that. She got the 3 seed or 2 seed. 2
That's
seed.
2 seed. That's high.
Why?
She got the 2 seed.
Wow.
She got the 2 seed. She's more important.
She
So
We
is.
yeah.
also
too many
got
suspects.
Ty. We got Ty.
Hey,
Sure.
hey.
Tag.
Whatever.
How do you get Ty out of that?
I
Tag.
don't care. He is something like a 9. I think I gave him the 8 seed. Yeah, 7 seed, 8 seed, somewhere around there. Laban, Catwoman. I don't know why the fuck she's in there.
LeBron.
All right, Labamba got the 14 seed, so that's good. Yep, 13 actually, but that's all right. Olivia. Now this is where Wayseeker starts shitting a brick, but considering they only gave us a small preview of they've hardly used her, and they kind of misused her in my opinion over these period of time. She gets the 8 seed there. It's
She's
not a
way
bad
more
seed.
important. She's way more important than Vilbar.
Right now we can't say anything. They've had 8 fucking books. She's been on 3 pages.
It doesn't
We
matter.
can't
We
do
know
shit.
who she is.
We
She
can't.
is-
8
Cover come out.
3 fucking
Tell that
pages.
tell that to Kentucky basketball every year in March Madness.
This is why the brackets are going to go good. This is why the brackets will go well. I think it's going to be good this year because we're going to have some arguments. Okay, technically, Sunshine's real name, Daz's real name is Radikaz. Radikaz Dobbs.
This is your favorite character. You
That
gave
is
him
not one of
you
my
gave him
favorites.
a 12 seed. That's high. I thought he was going
No,
32.
no, that's not 12 seed. That's technically 16.
That's
Oh,
12.
yeah, it's 12.
That's
All
what
right.
I'm seeing.
I thought he
I
was
got the
going
12 seed.
16 seed. I'm
No, I
surprised.
think it's worse.
The
Twinkle Sisters.
Yeah.
Gave you their actual names.
1 seed.
They showed up more than Olivia, so they definitely have to have a better seed than
Hey,
that.
wait a minute. They're giving regular names for these guys, like Camille.
They've had it. Yeah, that's their
Come
name.
on.
Yeah,
Space
Well,
names,
they have
man.
names.
That's
They have
their
names.
Camille?
Yeah,
My
what?
cousin's name.
I think they got
Doesn't look
named
like
in
that.
that. Was it the short story where they said their names?
Yeah, I think the short story has their names. Yep.
They got the 5 seed either way. There you go. Roe, this is where Wayseeker's going to shit a brick. He got the 4 seed.
That's the 3 seed. Yeah.
Or 3 seed.
Yana,
Yeah. 3 seeds.
Two
Yeah,
and
he
a
got
half,
3 seed.
3.
3 seed.
Yana
3 seed.
should be that. Yana should be high. I don't know.
He
That
keeps
high.
showing up everywhere, and because of Roe, the last thing, I mean,
Yeah.
he does show up. There's something
Why-
going
why-
on with him. There's
Why
something
am I
going on
so
with that
big
guy.
about one? That makes
He's
sense.
important.
She's important.
Well, we know who's going to get one, right?
Yeah, she's important. I mean, yeah.
The mother.
Nope. Wrath. No. No.
Oh, the other row.
Nope. Yeah. Hold on. No, we didn't have the other row. She didn't.
Harold.
So we get the
Harold.
messenger. Harold gets. We think the Harold's gonna get killed. I didn't know where to put it, but just put it in the mid ground. You know what I mean?
That's going to be a tough one. Who's going to win between Tay and the
Hold on.
Harold?
We'll look at it. We'll look at it in a minute.
That's
Now
tough.
we get the mother. Where's the mother come out? The mother comes out at the 4, right? Yeah, the 4 seed. She gets the 4 seed. A little bit overrated, I think.
You think the mother is below Yana?
Yeah, I do. I think the mother's going to be sacrificed.
I like her.
Barash. Anybody got a clue where I'm putting Barash?
7.
5.
6.
She got the 1 seed.
That's
She got the 1
so
seed.
bad. That's so
Yeah,
bad,
no,
Marco. That's such a bad 1 seed.
Selection committee suspects.
Hey, it's not me.
She's
The committee
got
did it.
nothing.
It's not me. It's the committee. The
The
committee.
committee needs
I like
serious
her.
review.
I like her.
She's got a long history.
You
I
did
like
it
her.
yourself.
Long history in Star Wars. Her name sticks out. They've mentioned her many times. She's connected to one of the best characters in High Republic. Not me. This is what the committee says. Take it up with the
There's
committee.
no committee.
Take it up with the committee. Take it up with the committee. All right, Rook. I don't even know why he's here.
What a
But he
bad
gets-
1 seed.
Hey, you can talk about the 1 seeds
Committee's
later.
corrupt.
That is so bad. I think this is getting back at because last week we could put all the
Oh,
bad covers for the ones that he
Did you
didn't
see?
like. So he's like, I'm gonna get him back for putting that Vader
Karana, which was
55
left
on
off the list, but the committee did not overlook this and the importance of this. Definitely gave it like the 10 seed as it deserves. There you go.
There's a bubble team. There's a bubble.
Yeah. So it was kind of like this is a playing game here. She got the 14th seed, and then the Dank Garks got the 16 seed.
Garks. How do you get Garks? Go
Dank
back to
Garks, whatever. Who cares? I'm trying to get through this.
Garks
And
is
then
like
the-
the plan.
This, I was gonna cut this, but I don't know.
didn't put this on my list. How did you get this one? What
You did.
cut
You called him
this
General
on the
Vis.
list?
You called
What?
you did. You did. This is on the list.
This is not on my list.
He is.
I'm
General
gonna go to my list.
General
right now.
Viss is that other character.
No,
from,
Vice is on the list, but this is
Vice.
not on the list.
All right, whatever. There you go.
Where's Vice? Where's
Committee
the
override.
character from the Vice?
Committee
I think
committee
that's supposed
override.
to be
No,
Vice.
he was on the thumbnail. They like put this one on the thumbnail, and you took him off.
Where's the
General
other one?
Vice.
Hey, listen. I found your list. There you go.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Brackets always
This is
cause
like the most important potential one.
Bracket-
You didn't even
bracket-
put the
brackets
most
always
important
cause
one.
controversy. Brackets always cause controversy. So here we go. We've got the brackets.
You gotta put
Vice guy.
Vice on this list.
This is
Vice
what
guy.
More than this.
So games are over. This
None of
is a
the year.
submitted bracket.
I made the list, and you just took off the
Submitted
most important
bracket.
character.
Submitted bracket. It's over. We don't have time to
That's the
discuss
most
like this.
pathetic thing I've ever seen. You're like, Pete, put this one on the thumbnail. It's important. We got to put it.
I can't do it. The committee did what the committee does. I don't know what you want.
committee.
Yes, there is. There was a committee that put this all together.
Letting you touch
Spent
one.
long times put this together. Putting no-name characters on lists for some reason.
Very
15
good.
of
You're
them.
like, I don't want Barack.
Congressional
to-
investigation
I'm not gonna
into this
put General
committee.
Vice on there.
Go ahead, please do. There we go. You know I hate these stupid games. So there it is. So we're gonna go. We're gonna do a little voting. We're gonna do a little yelling over next week. These polls will go up. You'll have over a week to vote for all these
Committee's more
polls.
corrupt than FIFA.
This is the most trash.
Hey, you guys want to keep playing these games? Hey, you want to keep playing dumb games? We get dumb prizes. Here we go. What are you shaking your head, Dom? You should be happy. I threw Mando and Grogu on there for you.
I know.
I think it's funny.
I-
think
hey.
it's funny because I believe Marco made an honest mistake, but he's too proud to go back and change it.
Not true. Not true. Not true.
Kind of like
I
a
didn't-
real selection committee.
This is the committee. This is the committee's decision, not mine. Not my decision. Committees.
Committee of one.
Okay, we'll see how this
All right, so there you go. You got the higher. Listen, let's be honest. Let's really be honest. There's like fucking 3 characters worth of shit in High Republic, and maybe 2 worth of shit in the regular.
Three's generous.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. You could be. I was going through these lists, going, "Holy shit, these are horrible." So
While we're on the subject, I'd like to float a thing out there that maybe we can talk about as the phase ends. But remember all the this person's definitely going to be in phase 2. You know, Talbota, he's going to be in phase 2. Look at him go.
hey, don't bring that up because that's Wayseeker in the chat, dude. Yeah. The guy's screwing at me about who I put in here. Right. Yeah. I will say this. So I believe that we're going to get a lot of row ranking in there. That's probably the easiest bracket is that bottom bracket, right? We get the test of time. Do people actually like the Mac character? He has an easy bracket.
Grank's the 16 seed. They're so much better than like half these characters.
I didn't do this. It's the committee. It's the committee. I didn't do any of this. Yeah. What? Thank you, Dom. The committee. I didn't do this. Why are you yelling at me? Yell at the committee about it. I don't care.
Committee you're talking about.
I'm just telling you, it's a committee. It's a committee of a wheel that you throw names into and you let it run.
Last week Jedi boycotted, and I feel like I need to boycott here after this piece of shit that Marco did.
This is your names here. We're actually going to see
my names are on here. You took my names off.
Both your favorites are left off the list.
You put Lee Bond on here. You put Lee Bond. These are your names. I don't know what to tell you. I just give it to the committee. I let the committee do what they want. I think the Twinkle Sisters. The Twinkle Sisters probably have one of the till they get down to the.
Let the committee do what the committee do.
Yeah. The Elite 8. The Elite 8's going to be pretty good here.
The real question is when people are filling out their brackets, is it like the people who don't know anything about college basketball, or they just pick Providence sounds kind of cool, or Rhode Island is interesting. Does Radicaz Dobbs get a pass on that because his name is Radicaz?
Yeah, instead of using Sunshine, I don't know. We could ask the committee if you'd like. We could file all formal complaints to the committee. If you go to Renovision, you file emails. Maybe Pete can get a hold of the committee
on the show, like they do with the bracket reveal, where the committee has to answer the questions about why they did.
No, but you could have the representative for the committee answer those questions. Okay, I will be the representative for the committee. I didn't actually vote for any of these, but I'll be the representative. What can we get? What can we do for you here, Wayseeker?
I want to do committee next year.
You can do whatever you want. I believe me. I don't. If I was the guy that put these lists together, I wouldn't want to do this. So it took a lot of time. Enjoy. I hate doing these stupid games. I've asked you guys 100 times to do it.
I foresee Wayseeker doing some write-in voting here.
Literally said the minute we do any of these, people are going to complain. Wayseekers from coming. Nobody would ever complain about anything. The bracket comes out. Within 2 seconds, Wayseeker complaining. Yeah, I mean,
committee, quote unquote, did read his
committee.
The committee, dude. There was between his list, there was 50,000 things of John Favreau listening to statements go back and forth, and then Dobbs just randomly type it in. I think I'm gonna do toys this week, and then something from Twitter or something that he puts up that I don't read, and then it went back to something else. So what's that?
Whose fault is that for not having a separate?
I still get complaints from Ruben over Fantasy Fet. So it never ends.
I'm telling you, see, Jedi, you feel the committee's pain. It does not matter what you do. I do not enjoy doing these. I do find it funny that you're screaming and yelling. If there's something egregious we think we could change, most of these characters suck. We could probably change something egregious, but yeah. I don't know. Took a long time to put this stupid shit together, so there you go. I hope you all enjoy. Vote for your stuff. Maybe somebody will give somebody. I doubt it. I just don't even care. All right, next up. It should be fun though. If we've already argued over the brackets.
Doing this last. I can't believe we're doing this last.
We had to say. We had to get people to say.
Yeah, if we had to argue over the brackets,
did that work?
I'm talking about Mando. Not your bracket.
Oh no. I'm saying, but if we've already argued over the brackets without actually nobody even gave a headwinner of any bracket that they want to see win. Just all the first appearance characters over the last 6 months we have affirmed are all trash.
Or anything. I don't even know who 90% of them are.
Literally, that's what it is. These, like, everybody's like, why don't we do more first appearance characters? We did it. This really is us being smart, me as usual being a smart ass and going, here's your first appearance character. So please tell me how these books are awesomely great and worth $1 billion. And the only thing that everybody can pretty much say is all the first appearances have been trashed for the last 6 months. Thank you very much. All right, let's move on to Mandalorian. Huh?
Fennec Shan. Best first appearance this year. Last 6 months.
Which isn't
That book's gone up
saying
like,
much
what,
about
$5?
That's okay.
I don't know. In that one.
Once
I
you
think
get unlimited series,
I think Sipho's a big deal.
I think Sipho's a bigger deal than that. Way bigger
I
deal.
still say the backdoor winner will be Miggs Mayfield if he gets signed by Bill Burr and a CGC 9.8.
I imagine Miggs is going to get voted in really quickly. I mean, well, he doesn't have much competition. The only he's got it's going to be him versus he's got to hit Sipho. Yeah, Gideon. I think he can. Who do you think wins that?
I think Gideon wins, personally. But I don't know.
That's probably the one I think is going to be interesting. Yeah, that's probably going to be the tightest race.
well, we're going to see what happens at the end of this year. If Gideon really becomes that villain.
We don't have the end of the year. We have a couple weeks to get this done. So.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, that's right. We do have a Fennec Shan showdown with the Mandalorian and Child. That's going to
I
break
told you
down.
that was a really bad
That's
placement
gonna be,
there.
That is. We'll talk to the committee about that. What the decision was for that, real quickly. I don't know. Maybe we can have them fill us in. Send out all your things.
I just felt like you like Sipho Diaz. You're like, let's just give him a cakewalk all the way to the end.
That's not how any of this happened.
Foreman.
That's not how any of this happened. There was a strict, stringent process.
Diaz is Duke.
And then this side, I actually was surprised you guys had such a problem with Barash at the top.
Barash is totally not. Barash is a fine character. Barash is not a 1.
I don't know if this lot there is a fucking 1. Tell me you got no, seriously. Tell me you got a serious 1 out of this lot. Anybody, please.
Well, normally I would give you the main character.
I like Barash Silverman. I like her. I don't know if she can.
She's got the best storyline so far. She's one of the best characters so far.
Yeah, but
she's
like
the one that everybody keeps reading.
What a 8-book series? What is it? Not even a
4
books. So she had one more book to do something really interesting.
He hasn't done anything.
Yeah, but I mean, like, who else you got? LeBone? She's a tiger.
The
mother.
Well, the Twinkle Sisters can.
I mean, if you're just talking
Johnson
comics, but if you're talking novels, you got Yana Rowe, the mother. Got a pretty...
No. I was just talking. This is just a comic.
These are first appearances. We have them elsewhere. That doesn't make sense not to. We talk about the Mando characters. We see them elsewhere.
No. Yeah, Inferno Squad could pull off an upset. I don't know though. The problem, Cosmic Wonder. The problem is that bullshit book is going to be hitting right as we're voting. So I think Inferno Squad's going to pass one, but I think people are going to be pissed when they paid for the wrong book, which is going to suck. Who's the Cinderella in the bracket? Maybe Inferno Squad is the Cinderella. Who's the Cinderella in this? Who is this?
Admiral Vice is the Cinderella on this side of the bracket.
Admiral Vice isn't in this bracket.
That's why it's the Cinderella.
You know who it might be? I think the Twinkle Sisters could pull it off.
I think it's going to be
I think just because people think the Twinkle Sisters are funny.
Sunshine.
I think it's OK Lane Vase.
The leader of the oh Jesus Christ, what the hell are they called? I believe in the Force. The Force is one with me. What the hell? The Wills. The leader of the Wills.
I hope Dane Granks pulls an upset round 1 and just takes Barash out right now.
Don't tell them
the bracket. Go on, Dane Granks. Everybody, next
look at wasting. See, Jedi. This is why I don't do it. He's mad because one character that was not going to fucking go anywhere. He's mad that's not on the list. Could you imagine if I didn't put Mando and Grogu on that list? Dom would be pulling a Wayseeker right now.
Yeah.
It's one thing when another thing when I create a list and you just take them off.
Funniest shit ever is Dom. Dom isn't even wanting Grogu and Mando to go because he's already called it for Fennec. So he's going to call it first of all and lost for them. Still would have lost his shit if I didn't put him in the list.
Well, you know what? Listen, if you really think about it, Mando and Grogu are one of the biggest first appearances in the last 6 months.
Well, if you get really technical, Mando and Grogu were on the cover of Vader, was it Vader 20, whatever it was? So that was way over 6 months ago.
That's what I'm also saying. Some of this shit is fucking bad because they had other covers and other appearances already.
Sorry, Dom.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, thank you, Cosmic One.
with Boba Fett on the cover, the Sprouse cover. So
yell all you want, but I'm not doing these games. I've said it for years, and I'm saying again, I'm not doing these stupid ass games anymore because y'all get upset. I do not care enough.
And then you're like, let's do a game.
It takes too much time.
Last thing, like after we did tic tac toe, whatever that game was that we played, bingo.
Oh, that shit was horrible too.
Never do a game again. Never do it again.
Can we do Mando? Can we do Mando already? I smell dinner.
Yeah, let's get Mando. Yeah. I just hate putting it together. You guys want to do the game? Do the fucking games, but I'm not coming up with them anymore. I'm not putting them together anymore. Go ahead.
All right.
Neither is the council.
The apostate. All right. So
did you say the apostle?
The apostate.
The apostate. Not the prostate, but the apostate. There you go.
All right. So I broke this up a couple ways. First here, I got some images that captured the love of Grogu, and that just brought back joy to me. Just seeing Grogu and seeing the relationship between Mando. You know, this one was great when he pops down and they, you know, do the little cuddles and you show the dad figure. I thought that was really well done.
Hey Dom, did you like this scene?
Yes, I did.
Well, I thought Star Wars was supposed to be about dark and violent stuff. What? This wasn't dark and violent at all.
Listen, you know, I don't always think that. Listen, certain characters should be dark and gritty, but other characters can be lovable. Come on.
Star Wars is always dark and violent. I did too. Thank you. First off, he's sleeping. What are you doing creeping up in him? Number two,
crawling up between his legs too.
Number two, that's what I was about to say. Number two, he got violated there because you know he's sleeping.
Do you not have kids? What happens when
do.
you're sleeping and a kid wakes up?
They go downstairs. They get breakfast.
When you have a little kid, he comes in and crawls into bed.
No, absolutely not. What is wrong with you?
What?
What the heck's wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
What I want to know is
that's what kids
you
do.
let kids crawl in your bed? No.
Did she build a tunnel to get from like the droid pod to the?
It's gotta be like. Yeah.
Also, too. No, if Wayseeker, we don't know. If our doors shut, our children are not allowed to.
Well,
we will call
in
them.
Wayseeker's defense, I mean, he's taken every major holiday away from his kids. He should let them at least crawl in bed with him.
All right. Yeah, we don't let. That's not something we do. We do let them snuggle, but we have to be awake before they can't come into mine and my wife's bed. Nobody's allowed in our bed except for us. So.
Yeah.
Do you think people still hate the new ship?
Normal. And I did like they had like that little tunnel. I thought that was cool. I thought the tunnel that they built in. So he's like inviting them. He's like, "Here's a tunnel. You can come in. You come in whenever you want."
No, but I do like the fact that Mando is sleeping, gets a chance to sleep, and because he's like going nonstop.
I did actually think about that. I actually spent like 30 seconds thinking like, oh yeah, if you're on hyperdrive, it doesn't matter if something happens, like you're dead, right? Like if the hyperspace.
The other question is, are you in hyperspace for that long? Because remember, like the movies, it was like choo choo. Like I mean,
I do not hate children. I'm not the one that ruins Christmas here.
Guys. He didn't say you hate children. He said kids hate Marco.
No, Ruben said that. That's not true. My kids love the shit. They love me to death.
Marco's hating the children. It's a new book.
I do not hate
Something's kill the children.
I don't hate children. I don't. If they're not my kids, I'm not particularly fond of them. But like, no, I don't hate kids. No. All right. Okay. Go next slide.
Other good figures scenes. I love this scene. Just how it played out. Actually,
did you get the? Oh, I didn't. I'm not gonna say anything because you.
When he's walking around in the spinning the chair. They're like, "What you still got?" But we'll talk about that later. But then he steals the candy. It's like totally great.
Like that
scene there. Great.
It's the Carl Weathers Arnold Schwarzenegger moment.
Yep. I thought that.
Oh yeah, where they were doing the hand. Yeah, they came and did that. Yeah.
You guys got this great scene with
I love that scene.
Such a great scene. So I mean, these brought joy to me. Just these Grogu scenes.
I just love that. I just love that race that carried it. Babu Frick was the best part of Rise of Skywalker.
But that's not actually Babu Frick, is it?
I know it's not Babu Frick.
No.
You know, it's just the people that
Anzillians or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you also got Daddy.
I liked how they did that one. I liked actually how that did remind me a lot of children. Were like, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
The child is going to wind up flying a ship later on this year because he showed him all the navigational. You're going to get in the ship and such.
That's what we said in like season 1 though.
Yeah.
with the ball.
Guarantee.
So those are the heartwarming scenes. We started off with those. Then we got for Dom, we got aliens. Like if Dom's talking about like we don't get aliens, we got all the aliens. We're not getting into the scenes where you got, you got Mon Calamari, whatever that guy's. You got those.
Mon Calamari.
You get the monkeys being monkeys.
Yes. I can't wait for Scratch's Crumb.
Yep. And actually acting like monkeys, which
Is he dead? He's dead.
Cool. What?
Crumb's dead. Crumb is
know.
dead.
I think he's hanging out with Max Rebo.
Okay.
You got the band. This is the.
Oh wow, this is so stupid.
This was
we got aliens. I mean, I think the costumes are going to be better.
Why is there like a Peruvian flute band?
All right, first off, whose fucking like sister-in-law is that? Brother-in-law? Like, this is what this was, right?
Yeah.
This is like Dave and John going like, oh, the third cousin keeps fine. I'll just throw him.
I'll put him in an episode.
Yeah, this is fucking horrible.
This is like John Favreau being like, I wish I made Game of Thrones, so let me make this scene that looks like the start of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Everybody's walking around the medieval city with minstrels and.
But if you see Navarro the way it looked in the first season,
We'll get there, Dom. We already went
He
through that.
literally previewed this with you, so you wouldn't do that. All right.
No, that's all I just say.
All right, we got this cool. I thought this one was real good. Well done. This alien.
Yes.
But this one was great. So I was really excited. We had a bunch of aliens for the ships, and so, but this one was my favorite how it looked. So
They look good.
Yep. And then we also got.
Wait, there's Thrawn! I see Thrawn right there. And there's Ezra. Thrawn and Ezra, first appearance.
Yep.
First appearance. When this becomes a comic book,
There's no ships, though.
That scene is more
You don't
important
see
than
it.
people actually think.
Why?
Why? That's an Easter egg for Ezra Bridger and freaking goddamn
Yes,
Thrawn.
Easter,
Or
but
it
why is it
says-
more important than
It
people
says
think?
that Purgles ride the hyperspace lanes,
They
which
do,
we already knew.
But they showed
It's
him in
it's
the
Dave, who, by the way, had them captured by this. Yeah, it's a Easter egg.
I did think it was a little bit like cheesy. Like I expected like the whale sounds to start up any second now. It's like,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
What was
No, I mean-
Dom, what was Dom saying now? Is that all Dom was saying?
What?
State rails are significant to what? That they're
Hyperdrive.
like
Also, remember that was it Favreau or Filoni comment? I think it was Favreau. Was like, we're gonna have a whole bunch of cameos and Easter eggs.
we have a bunch of we're not having cameos and Easter eggs.
I didn't do that.
I don't know necessarily if this is super important scene, but I think it's probably foreshadowing. Probably.
Yeah, but they've already told us. Like he said that he wanted the live action for Rebels to be
I'm not
live
talking about
action.
people like.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
talking about
foreshadowing
people
something
like
else,
us that
Ahsoka,
read
probably,
everything on the internet. I'm talking about other people, the average Joe.
Yeah.
I think this is exactly it.
Well, I think the average Joe probably
Dave's
didn't watch
trolling
Rebels.
Doms with this one.
I think that's 100% what he's doing.
Yeah,
Probably-
absolutely. Which is totally fine. Like,
I'm the average Joe.
I thought it was a great
I like
scene.
it.
I love the music. The music that was playing when he climbed down and went in Mando's arm and he fall asleep and the whale. I like the music in the background. It was really good.
all right, we're going to Navarro now. We'll pick up the scene. We're doing the Navarro piece. I thought this was seen. The city was really well done. I thought it was pretty cool to see the development and how things were going. This was, cool to see IG-11 in statue form.
When you hear them complaining about the budget for some of the shows and cutbacks, and then you see this, you're like, holy shit! Well, there's the budget.
Yeah,
Like
the
they did a
volume.
really good job. Yeah,
yep.
It's not like it's like
I'm talking all around with all this.
I was gonna say something. I'll wait till you get into the actual
All right, go ahead.
the actual thing. Yeah.
I mean, you see,
Hey, the hinge.
you get the handshake,
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
and this is totally Lando 2.0. Like
Yep.
this, what's going on here? I thought that was pretty fascinating to see how much he's tried to make himself legitimate and build a city and keep it outside of independent rule and not get the New Republic in there. So they go, and after they meet, we already saw him in the office with the scene there.
All of a
with
sudden,
Andy.
the Caribbean Pirates of the Caribbean show up.
Do we think Hondo was going to come? Did anybody think Hondo was
captured
going to come?
Captain Expert.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
wait.
I don't
Actually, I
think
kind of
they're
did. I did for like a half second. Then I was like,
Oh, really? Huh.
They're not going to
I
have
didn't,
Hondo.
I didn't think it was
be
going to be
a
Hondo
dick.
himself. I thought it was going to be name drop Hondo.
I thought Johnny Depp was going to show up.
I was expecting a name drop Hondo
Vane,
as
man.
well.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be Hondo, but yeah, I was
I
expecting.
want a
name drop.
drink.
What?
Vane, I want a drink.
Yeah, he's like, I want to
Elementary
hear.
school.
this seemed to make
That's why
sense,
they
like-
wouldn't let me in. I thought it was a pretty good scene.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
And you see there they're getting in the Western gunfight.
I like that.
It's like a boom, shoots him right in the
Still
gun.
got it.
Yep. I thought that was well done. And then, everybody goes out here and Mando and them take care of him. And it's like, oh yeah, you go back. And I had it written down. I don't have it in front of me. What's the main guy's, his boss's name?
Gordian Shant.
Gordian Shin.
I do want to know, can we go like one season of a Dave Filoni based show without having a Western standoff?
Nope.
No.
This is Western. It's based off of Westerns. They're not. They're gonna have Westerns.
That's not what is. That's.
If you want that, you got to get the Andor, things like that, but not with Filoni. Filoni's going to put Western into everything he can put.
He's 4 foot 5.
There's a lot of different things that happen in Westerns, not the same gunfight over and over again.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then he runs off with Black K style. Totally. Did anybody else see that? Like, oh man, this is exactly like Black K running off screen.
Have you not learned your lesson? Just don't show the guy running off screen. We get it. He left. He leaves. We get it.
It's like they're not supposed to, right? Like it's like that was never supposed to be the cut. That was just.
I thought about it too because I thought the Black K thing was the same. Like I did wonder if it's like a thing with the volume, like what they used to film it with. If it just makes people running away somehow look funny. Or something.
What they should do was like just walk away, so whistling.
No, they should just not show it.
You just don't need to show it. I agree.
Keep going though. It was good. It's still good. Still a good app. Let's
It
go.
made me
What's
laugh.
that?
And he's like, "Oh, we need a marshal. We need a marshal." What about Cardoon? No, she's off of whatever. So they get rid of her with the one-liner. That's part of a lot
Special
of
forces
people.
now, whatever that means.
Yeah, special forces.
Yeah,
Like, that's a thing.
Okay.
yeah. I don't know why they did it that way, but they did it that way. Whatever. A lot of people were upset about that this week. That was one of the big things that the internet was all upset about.
Oh wait, the internet was upset about something.
Yep.
Why were they why were they upset now?
That they didn't close the door. Some people were upset they didn't completely close the door by saying she's alive. Some people said that they didn't give her the right send off that she deserved from one side. So neither side was happy about it. It was.
I don't know, but maybe if they didn't close her out completely, that's the thing. You may never see the character again. You may never see the character again, but then again, who knows?
Yeah.
I'm not saying guarantee. I'm saying who knows.
Yeah, but I think both.
Who knows what? Who knows what? What do we know? I know it's not. I know that they're not bringing her back ever. I know that. I know that. I guarantee they're not.
Unless by some miracle they recast her and they'd be like they have a what's his name Thundercat come in and do a full body mod and they're like, oh, now she's different.
Sure. Hey, true.
So the show's also called The Mandalorian,
listen,
so I don't think they need to bring her back.
Count Vant might become the Marshal of Navarro.
I'll miss her fantastic acting skills.
Dom, I thought about that too. I don't think that's the storyline they're gonna do, but if they, for whatever reason, if he comes back here, Cobb Vanth would make.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. That's kind of cool. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, that sounds good.
We don't even know what he looks like. He's got the robotic arm or something.
Why would he leave though? He's the marshal of that town.
Well, Boba Fett is the
these marshals just keep leaving their positions.
Wyatt Earp did. Wyatt Earp was he was like the sheriff. Yeah,
he retired and then he.
Yeah, but that's like a Western thing.
Marshal,
They go down. They go down to different places. They retire and then they. Oh, I got injured. I retired. What's that? What's the movie that with what's his name? The old grumpy dude. He had Morgan Freeman there. He had Morgan Freeman. Jedi, you're old. You'll know who I'm talking about. The old grumpy dude, Gran Torino, and then he had Morgan Freeman with him.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, that guy. He was like a sheriff or something, someplace. Then he retired.
His grandson.
I don't think there was ever a Clint Eastwood movie.
Freaking John Wayne's grandson.
Yeah, there was a movie where he was with him and Morgan Freeman, right? Not what was it? The
$1 Million
Baby. No, Jedi, come on, you're old. You know this. What is this?
Jedi's old. That's messed up.
He's older than us.
He's like 90 years old. What the hell you want?
All right.
You want forever.
No, he's not that old.
I mean, Grogu is older than us too, but
all right, let's go. Move along.
They tried to bring back the IG-11, and he finally gets him back working. I thought this was pretty fun, and then he reverts back to his old self.
It's like
and,
Terminator. It was like a Terminator sketch.
Yeah, just like seeing him crawl on the floor, like the only thing he can do
like a zombie. It was kind of cool. Like he was crawling on the floor. But let me ask you a question: when he blew himself up, how is he still pieces like this?
That's it. It's Unforgiven.
He was not.
I said Unforgiven. I just said Unforgiven. I was saying Unforgiven before you even said Clint Eastwood. Rewind.
All right, John, what were you saying?
Was not a sheriff.
That when he blew up, when he detonated and melted in the lava, how do you have his whole half body still?
Well, that made no sense at all. Like, anyways, why did they make a statue out of half his body? Like, if you're gonna make a statue, why don't you just make the statue? Did you run out of funds and you're like, hey, just put his body up there?
It was a good episode. Let's go. Move along.
He said it was a miracle that they got the pieces they did. Dom. That's all they said. It was a miracle.
I know, but you see when he self-destructed.
Called John Favreau writing this episode.
There you go. Okay.
Answer.
All right, then they go to Dom's favorite part. They go
to
see the Anzolians or whatever they're called, and I thought this was not nearly as funny of a scene as they tried to make this scene. But hey,
how do they get things inside?
What?
How do they get things inside?
I don't know. How did Mando get inside?
It's like a garage door. So the front door. It's like a front door in a garage. What? No, it's like a front door in a garage.
Why's the ceiling so low?
So that's the front door.
Because they're tiny.
So how did Mando get in there?
If you have a
door. No, he went through the roar-up door.
Yeah, I don't.
Very business limited.
Not the only entrance.
Yeah, what are we doing
not
here?
The only entrance.
It seems to limit their business. Like, you can only build droids of a certain size and stuff.
This is what we're doing now, Marco.
Hey, what the fuck? What the fuck? Next.
All right, listen. Now, before you get to that scene when he was turning around telling
BK finally said something funny all day long. BK, there's a bunch of people who should have got the bell. I was just holding it for you finally to tell something funny. So since you did the bell, it's actually kind of funny.
Now,
all right.
When they said that here, they couldn't fix because they need a certain part, right? What does that bring you? What does that bring you to? That he's probably going to go to Kelly Motto on Tatooine.
Yeah, he's going Tatooine.
He's going to Tatooine.
We're going Tatooine.
I always think the Jawas probably.
We know he's going Tatooine. We know. We've seen where he goes to Mando with the R5 droid. So
he's not going to run into IG-88 and take his friggin' chip.
No. I hope they don't dwell on this part very long. I hope it just goes and they don't actually.
It's a side mission. Side mission, quick.
I hope it's not a drawn out side mission.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be the mission, but it was fine as an intro, getting us back and seeing he needs some help going to Mando.
All right.
So then he gets the space battle, and I thought this was awesome. I thought they did a great job with this. This is a lot of money.
I like the scene. This was really good.
This was great to see him, come from behind, and then just dropping out of space from behind them and just picking them off one by one, and they're all freaking out, they know they're done for. But
really
one
cool.
of them leads them back to.
It was really cool. This whole how it was all shot was very well done.
It was so.
Look, if I'm going to knock him on stuff, I'm going to tell you this was amazing.
I don't know if you're going to show him or not, but the head pirate guy was
Gorian Shaw
terribly done.
No, what kind of race is he?
Agreed.
I know what kind of race is
he? It looked like they made it. It looked like they made his face out of that Easter basket grass.
Well, you know what? He's a cross between Swamp Thing, a gremlin, and freaking Davy Jones.
Yeah, it was a cross between something that sucked and something else that sucked.
But as a whole, the scenes were good. That's all I'm saying.
But you know what it reminded me too? You remember the Return of the Living Dead? The zombie that came out of the closet, Brains? The way the face looked? Reminded me of that. No. What race is he?
I don't know. I was going to look that up, and I didn't actually have enough time to look it up. But
Salad the Hut, give it to him. That actually was pretty good.
Ring the bell.
They mentioned that.
Yep. No, but we're going to see him again
kind of funny too.
this season, I think. And
gotta hope.
It'll be
we are 100%. 100%.
Pizza the Hut.
You don't spend the money on this costume.
Yeah,
and
no, we're
this
seeing
character.
them. We're seeing them. Yeah.
I
They
feel like
gotta
the
be
costume
like,
they got,
Spend on that costume.
yeah,
well, listen, remember
I
the
feel like the
scene?
costume they got surplus from when Swamp Thing got
if
canceled.
you see the coming attractions, they show the other scenes. They have the scene where the Mandos go back to Navarro and they get Vane in the grappling hook and they drop him on the floor. So they're going back to Navarro. So
Well, they
Yeah.
have to. I mean, there's got to be something else.
Hey, Darth
with it.
Bane.
Yeah, IG-11
Vane,
at some
Vane.
point.
The other guy.
So you got that, and then he flies away,
That's pretty cool.
and that's that part of the scene. And then you get the other part, which is that's the bookend of what we just saw with the Mandalorians. And so it opens here with the armor. We see her making a helmet.
I was at first confused about this because I didn't know
I
if
thought
it was a
flashback.
flashback.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
I agree. I was confused. I thought at first this was a
Yeah.
flashback.
Yeah, they didn't do a
I
great
thought
job
it was
explaining. And like
Yeah.
I thought when they were on the ring planet or whatever, like they were like the only two left. I thought they said.
No, but it's so it takes place. So that means that it is a couple of years.
Why, that's why John doesn't know the
No,
time.
it's not. It's not a couple years.
No, because now I don't know. Because now, as you see how many Mandalorians they got, so it had to
There,
take
there,
time.
there had to be there had to be hundreds more of the Enclave. I don't know. It doesn't make
They said
sense.
we're the only
I
two
agree.
left.
But
It's written by the same guy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
it
you should know
doesn't
whether or
make
not they said that last season.
It does make absolutely no sense, but that's all right.
so you get
That
this
kid-
character. This character, I think, is this. I'm going to go on a limb and say this character is going to be really important to the season.
And that's John Favreau's nephew,
No, that is not John Favreau's nephew. That is Jimmy Kimmel's nephew.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes,
You know John Favreau because he's also the same kid that was.
This is Jimmy Kimmel's
Raider.
nephew. This is the same person that was a
Okay.
Tuscan.
Oh, I thought it was John
in
Favreau's
Book of Boba
nephew.
Fett. This is
Okay.
Jimmy Kimmel's nephew.
Well, if we follow his career as a Tuscan in Boba Fett, he won't be important.
No, but they brought it back, and I think so. His name is Ragnar. I think it's his son, Paz's son, but I'm not sure about that. But I'm gonna, as I go through the season, my guess on how they shot this and how everybody was looking away and he was looking
That
forward.
makes no
That makes
sense.
sense.
No, it makes no sense. If they were the only two left, and
No,
Boba
it's
Fett-
hey, okay, we got that part
He's
right.
like 10 years old.
Let's move along. Let's move
Yeah,
along.
no, that part doesn't make sense. I agree, but
We got that.
in
We
the
we
season, how they
JJ, for
shot
for
this-
the rest of the show.
This is
We
years.
agree with your part. We agree with your part. We also agree that John knows nothing about Star Wars and absolutely
He really
jack
knows
shit
nothing
about
how
timelines.
time in general
Yeah.
works.
No, he doesn't know how it works. Agree.
So I know Ragnar
Is it
is
like some
Paz's
reverse
son.
Benjamin Button or something?
So just on how they shot this and how another shot comes up, that's the feeling that I got as I watched it. So they'll be here. So he gets, and even the helmets, they got the,
Maybe we'll see Dallas Say come in, and he's actually a clone of Paz.
and then as they're doing the baptism, right? They have their baptism there with all the stuff and the pouring of the water. We got
Crocodile turtle.
Yeah, all of a sudden a
Investigator.
big cry. Yeah.
I feel like they should have been
monster
better prepared for this.
Me too. I agree. This didn't make a lot of sense. This part was kind of okay.
No, it's Star Wars. Star Wars.
Like, there may be this
Yeah,
giant crocodile.
This seemed like Star Wars though. This seemed like a C-rate movie that all of a sudden some fucking shit just pops up for no
this,
reason.
was,
this
uh,
was not the
What
best
was the
part of
movie
the
with the giant
episode.
crocodile? The Australian
How could they
movie.
put the detonators in them out? They had the detonators they put in the side. Throw it
They
in his
put the
mouth.
detonators here because that's Mando's move. Mando's move was put a detonator inside.
Yeah.
They don't know the Mando move.
It's like
or
every Star
whatever.
Wars move ever.
And it's like they put all the detonators on there. It's like that doesn't phase me. They go to the sky, they fight, they try to everything they do, like just absolutely nothing works. And they're like,
Yeah.
they aren't very good Mandalorians if they can't like take down this beast.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe there wasn't any Mandalorians. They had to go back and
Also,
just
too,
rescue
Why
scrub
don't you?
bums.
So this
Trade
crocodile,
scrub
like,
bums for 2 years.
the giant crocodile never came more than like 2 feet on shore. Why don't you just not? I don't know. Run away into the cave. Like all the kids get in the cave. It's like why don't you all just go into the cave? I don't think he can follow you. Like I
Yeah.
don't get it.
It again. Yeah, I agree. And he
Sharknado.
goes and he saves the kid, right? And again, the dad son kind of reference there with the coming in and saving.
No more
and then he-
flashbacks. They just flashbacks.
And then the
Go ahead.
music just changes, and you're like, okay, now I know where we are in the story. Instantly, the music changes. You see the Mando ship, and he just one thing, and boom.
How did he find them? How does he know where they are?
Don't ask those questions. Yeah, Jenna, JJ.
And
There's no
this
explanation to anything in this damn show.
is
It's ridiculous.
this was a good Grogu scene. You get like he popped up with a hand up. I thought that was pretty fun
And
way
then
of
you say
introducing.
thank you.
You think no, time out. Okay, JJ, you got all those fucking questions, but you already missed something. How the fuck they have no Beskar. Beskar, they have none. They can't find any. It's hard as shit to find Beskar. You know where I'm going with this? Not about the fucking helmet. All of a sudden, did you see in the background what they had? The thing's fucking huge as shit.
Yeah.
The Mythosaurus, they have a fucking 50 bazillion pound all of a sudden. They have nothing left, but now all of a sudden they found enough fucking Beskar.
It's years later. It's years later.
It is not years later.
To find, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if it's a century later. They've got no Beskar. Now all of a sudden they got a fucking 50-foot fucking Beskar growing, mind you. Full of Beskar. That shit was so full of Beskar they could have. That was the fucking whole planet of Beskar they had.
It was weird as all this
Beskar.
arguing could be solved in like a 3-word cryon at the start of each scene. Just be like 2 years later or whatever. Like it's not fucking hard.
Yeah, go, keep going.
Yeah.
This is fucking
That's a good one too. Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, apparently
all
they
right.
didn't do a very good job of fighting it, BK. So.
This is actually funny. Hey, give him the bell for this one because this is actually funny. If this was Book of Boba Fett, they'd be eating croc meat until the end of the season. I get it. This guy
gives the croc meat to his
They didn't even say thank you.
or whatever it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
Obi-Wan? Oh,
Yeah, whatever. All right, go next.
So
wait.
Mando goes into the cave and he's like, "Oh look, I got this, frozen, not frozen, whatever it was, piece of Mandalorian from the surface. So clearly it's not poisoned. We can go there. I want to go to the mines. If I go to the mines, will I be able to be redeemed?"
I do have a serious question here. Did it ever show him getting that?
No.
He got it from somebody.
No, they said no. JJ, time out. Stop. He said that he got it in a deal from a thief that went to the planet.
But you could have shown that. It's called exposition.
No, but you just
see
said
that.
you just said they could put something 3-second scroll. That was a 3-second scroll. There you go. Explain to me how Beskar was so important though. And like you're asking all these questions. You explain to me how they couldn't find the shit. Nobody has it, and now they got
you.
Now they got the fucking matador of matadors of matadors. Like, geez.
Also, too, she doesn't even mention. Oh, hey, I see he got the shirt I made for him. Or anything.
Yeah. All right, next up.
And then they get the break, and then they go to the end, and we go to the Mandalorian system. We get to see the castle of where Bo-Katan is at. I thought this was pretty cool.
To give Jay a point, they did use it here, which he's right. They could have just done that, where they explained in like 2 seconds. Hey, we're in the Mandalorian system, and we're going to the castle. That's supposed to be holding all the Mandalorians.
I agree.
and
you see Bo-Katan on the throne.
They did, but they didn't do it during any other part of the show.
Sexy on that throne. Her new wig. The wig looked good.
I'll save it, but there's also a reason why this scene makes no sense in the end too. But.
Nope, save it. Go.
This is all I got. So you want to do it now? You can do it. I didn't cut anything else for this scene.
Okay, she says. So she explains to it right that once she lost the Darksaber to him, or her army left her, or whatever, she's the only one left there. Basically tells him to piss off and go do what you want as far as going to Mandalore.
Mm-hmm.
Where on earth? Like she didn't have the Darksaber before that though. Gideon had it.
Yeah, but the quest before that was to get the Darksaber. So her troops
had it and lost it. If that was the case of her army,
we don't even know how she lost it to Moff Gideon.
Yeah,
he defeated her. Did he steal it from her? That's what we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that big of a thing because you could, they obviously haven't explained it yet. Hopefully, they'll.
Also, when do Mandalorians have castles?
But that's Sabine Duchess.
They always have. No,
yeah, they have Sabines.
Yeah, in Rebels, they fucking
was kind of a castle for.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Duchess Sabine, her sister.
Well, not just her. What's her name's mom had one too.
Probably the same castle.
It was a big ass fucking thing that had windows that had stained glass.
And they were holding. Yeah, they were holding Sabine's dad in another castle.
Yeah, and Sabine's dad was in.
They call them castles.
I don't know if they call them fucking castles.
I think like fortress would be a more appropriate name. But...
Oh, for fuck's sake! Okay.
Count Dooku had a castle.
Oh, holy fuck.
It's true.
Holy
We was a
fuck.
count.
Yeah, he was a count.
Holy shit.
This is what you got to deal with, Marco.
This episode was fucking good. What the fuck are we doing?
Well, it was great. I
This show
enjoyed
was
it.
good.
I
This was
enjoyed it.
really good.
I didn't really
It wasn't
actually. I
as
didn't
good
think.
as the
Wait, you guys didn't think this was that
last
good? I thought it was pretty.
last time, season 2. You know,
Wait,
that-
hold on. JJ, what did you say?
I thought it was fairly average.
I don't know. They've given us such bad live action shit I thought this was amazing. I mean, even all the dumb shit that didn't make
Easy
sense.
to please, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He flies around
yeah.
a bunch of places and talks to a bunch
It's
of people.
supposed to be fucking entertaining.
But
This
I
shit
like
was
it.
entertaining.
It's set up for a lot to come this season, and now we'll get the Mines of Mandalore in the second season. Second episode.
I don't know if I agree with you, Dom.
fucking
It'll be
Christ.
interesting to see. Like, if they spend like half of the season going after
God, am I
IG-11's
good in
parts,
my life.
I'm gonna be like, no.
I don't think they're
do
gonna.
that.
I think it's gonna be a quick 1, 2, 3. I think
Oh,
they
so
go
this-
to the Mines of Mandalore, and then the third episode is where he goes to Tatooine, Boba Fett, and that's the episode I'm gonna win.
One
What?
important
Does
thing
nobody-
did happen. One important
Can I
thing did
ask-
happen story wise in this is that he did get the location from her.
Yeah. Can I just say one thing? What the fuck is wrong with all Star Wars? Like the majority. We got one guy saying, yeah, it's gonna be good because the next episode is gonna be so great. We got another guy going, yeah, this is fucking yeah. We just can't enjoy like half-ass entertainment that like wasn't the dumbest shit or didn't have fucking little
wait.
specifications.
So you're
Thank you,
agreeing
Jedi.
that-
Go ahead.
Wait, stop.
Jedi, go ahead. No, Jedi, go ahead. Jedi is here. Jed's gotta go there. Jedi, please go. Please go.
No, I was just raising my hand. I enjoyed it pretty
Yeah.
good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't have any problems with it. And
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. And I mean, it's the nature of what you know,
What we've become.
fanatics do is, you know, they pick stuff apart, and that's fine. That's the nature of being a fanatic. I don't want to do that because it seems to take all the joy out of it.
But
I can't believe I can't believe I'm hearing this especially from you two after sitting through all the Obi-Wan reviews. And the early Book of Boba Fett reviews, where Book of Boba Fett was a decent show until it wasn't a decent show. And I sat there
that's
narratively
how it
telling you,
works.
stop.
I
No,
didn't see
that
that
never
being one of those shows that I
I sat there
recall.
narratively telling you in the first 2 episodes that Book of Boba Fett was not a good show because it didn't have a cohesive narrative and made no sense.
That's like opening up a novel and reading the first page and going, okay, cool. I'm not reading this because you don't know
I'm
when
measuring
it
it on the
turns,
episode.
when the
episode
show
was
turned.
average.
When the show turned on both of those, fairly, I criticized them for turning, which is fair. Criticizing something before we get to see
You're
it.
criticizing my opinion of it, saying that my opinion is somehow not valid, basically, or I'm scrutinizing it too hard. I'm scrutinizing it on the episode that I thought it was, which was a very average episode, and hopefully it'll get better.
I mean, I don't. Well, my question then to you, JJ, is what part of Star Wars do you think is that great? Because this is
There
what
are very
Star
good
Wars.
things in Star Wars.
Well, JJ, I have to take exception. I mean, and I don't know, maybe you were doing it just to be doing it for entertainment values, but you were scrutinizing it being called a castle instead of a fortress. To me, that's kind of going at it picking at it pretty good. Now, I don't know if you were doing that.
I was referring more to my overall opinion of it, but yes,
I think
I was
one
doing a
thing
lot of
that
that more to be funny.
Yeah, I think that that's a. Yeah, I get that. But
Well, yeah,
it moves
they-
on.
I think the one thing that did affect this is, I mean, after watching Andor, the writing
Yeah.
is just not that good, right? I don't watch this for the writing though. Like
Yeah,
compared to
it's
like
like this
Andor, the
action
writing
movie.
of this isn't good, but the emotional connection and the entertainment is very good. But like, it is no Andor when it comes to writing and speeches and like what's like the depth. Of
I
the
just
story.
think I set my bar for like Dave and John in live action. I've seen them at their worst, so my bar isn't too high for these guys. So if I'm entertained, okay, that's all. I mean, if you want to say that I have a low bar and low expectations, I would say that.
I think
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ring the bell
I
for
think I
both these
just
guys.
accept things sometimes.
No, yeah.
without-
That's why I already showed it. It wasn't
Yeah.
stupid.
So it's great.
Yeah, I mean it's good enough. That's right. My bar is so low for this shit. So yes. Go ahead, Jedi. What's up?
No, I was just gonna say, and I mean, it's kind of my place, I guess, in the show here. But I guess I just kind of accept things without asking why all the time. Like I was super excited to see IG-11 again. I thought it was cool. I was kind of upset when they blew him up in season 1. So I was like super excited. I didn't get my brain wrapped around, well, how did they get the parts? I thought he blew up smithereens and melted in the lava. Oh, I don't care. He's there and I'm happy. So asking why, I think we just kind of beat ourselves to death asking why and how sometimes. But
I also
it is
have
what it is. Yeah.
But my question
But
for
to
you,
Jedi's point,
where was
to
that
Jedi's-
same commentary though during like Obi-Wan when Marco was beating that to death over, oh God, the Black K fight didn't happen, perfectly in the timeline or what? Like, I mean, I don't know. It seems like we're giving one show a pass and giving this episode a pass because it's Mando is what it feels like. But
because this hasn't been written before. I guess my point is like none of it's real, right? So like as long as they don't break, I know you always hate this because you for some reason have turned on we don't care about the timeline anymore and we don't care about canon anymore. I get it, but that's that once again that was I think the dispute with Obi-Wan. I guess I don't know if you thought Obi-Wan was done perfectly. I think when people go
no. I didn't say that.
I'm just saying I don't know where the Obi-Wan thing is coming in.
And look, the one thing I can honestly say about this episode, the one thing that makes me love Star Wars is the pirates, the bounty hunters, the villain, and I like that. That look to get away from the Jedi and the Sith to have just this. Like Mando has everything. Mando has the pirates, the bounty hunters. They have Jedi stuff. It's all in one thing. I like that. But the thing that makes Star Wars to me is the non-Jedi stuff that actually makes Star Wars that brilliant. And I think Mando may not be written as good as Andor, but it is very entertaining. And we are excited that we finally got these new episodes after almost 3 years. Because 2019 was the last one that they showed, or 2000.
No, they showed us two. They showed us 2 episodes in the middle of Boba Fett.
Yeah, middle of Boba Fett. So here's going. Episode 5, all Boba Fett episode.
It's not gonna happen. Not gonna.
Wait, I thought it was 3. Wait,
But
what?
I mean, I didn't. I wasn't around when you all were talking about Obi and Boba. Like the thing about Obi that messed with me was how much they ruined a character I loved, like the Grand Inquisitor. Like if that was the part that messed me up with Obi-Wan more than anything else.
I had a couple problems. I had a couple problems with it, but
I couldn't find it entertaining because of how much I was mad about how much they messed up a character that I care so deeply about. Here, it's entertaining because, like, nothing that happened here like really affects. I don't know what's going on in the rest of Star Wars to me, and so I didn't have to worry about it in the same way I had to worry about Obi with. How are they going to mess up Obi? How are they going to mess up Grand Inquisitor and all these other characters? It was just a little different.
Look, Obi-Wan, the anticipation that they put out there, that Obi-Wan, the battle scenes with Vader. I can tell you one thing. Vader is the only character that they did a fantastic job with, if you really think about it.
Leia did a great job.
Leia was good.
Young Leia, I like that too. But Vader, the iconic character of Vader, they kept him ruthless. They didn't like bend knee. They made him.
I don't want to go too deep into this, but the commentary at that time that we had out there a lot from people was that was not the case, Dom.
Yeah, that isn't the case. I still disagree with what Dom's saying.
See?
No, but I always said that they did Vader good.
You say a lot of things, though.
I know I do, but I have some points. So yeah, they neutered my boy Boba in the Book of Boba Fett. I understand that, but I'm happy that they did bring him back, and eventually there will be a turnaround. I know there will because the fans let them have it about what they did. I was one of them, but
I don't know. As far as this episode of Mando goes, though, I thought like it does seem like maybe they didn't spend as much money, but it seems like they spent a lot of money on it. It seems like I think the best we can expect out of Dave and John in live action is this. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm saying.
I think it can do better, and I think it will do better.
I mean, if this is the best,
I agree. We've seen better.
Have we though?
Have we Boba Fett? That was better.
I mean,
Bryce,
dude, so far,
Bryce Dallas.
Measuring on an episode by episode thing, yeah, Dom's right. The 2 episodes in the middle of Book of Boba Fett were better than this, in my opinion.
They were.
All right.
This is the intro to the season.
The intro season, yeah.
I'm fine with it being an intro to the season. I expect better. It was still good, and I think it will get better.
How many episodes is this? 8 or 10?
8.
Oh, we're gonna see Mandalore in live action. That's the coolest freaking thing, man. That's the coolest thing.
We haven't. I don't want to press it too much. Well, we're not at the end of the read yet, but we haven't even talked about how, from a narrative perspective, I posted you guys 2 or 3 articles about how, like, literally as an average fan watching this, people were lost because if you didn't watch Book of Boba Fett, you had no freaking clue what was going on. That's awful writing from a narrative perspective. Just terrible.
It was.
I would agree. That is like the downside of it. I would agree with you, JJ. Like you are, but I don't. As much as I don't know, as much as we kill the guys, like
that's what I'm saying. Like you say, it's from like a super fan perspective all the time. I'm talking just from a general perspective of this episode. I don't think it was very well done because there's a lot of gaps in there that they didn't fill in. And the stuff that they did put in, they didn't necessarily need to sometimes.
I think, okay, so how about I explain like this? I think when people were saying stuff about, when I finally was asking my kids what they liked about Bad Batch, it was very surprising when they watched Bad Batch what they actually liked, because it had nothing to do with my perspective of what the Bad Batch episode was. When I talked to a couple of normies about this, they didn't seem like they were too lost. They might have had 1 or 2 questions, but they always have questions about Star Wars. And they actually said they liked it. They thought it was cool. They liked the emotional parts with the Grogu thing. They thought the action was good. They thought that the crocodile thing was corny as shit. Like, you know, it hit notes with them where they're going to continue to watch it. They said, in quotes, it was good.
So also, like, say this is like the second season premiere in a row from Filoni and Favreau where we've had giant monster attack.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the way. That's how it's always going to be. I think with them, and for better or for worse, monsters are what they do. What they could have done, I think you're right, JJ, is they could have cut episodes 4 and part of 5, or 5 and whatever episodes they were from Book of Boba Fett, and said, get ready for Mandalorian season 3 by watching these 2 episodes on Disney Plus.
They could have did that.
People would have known, like, you need to watch these 2 episodes if you're an average fan.
Or how about this? They could have not put it in Boba Fett, and they could have just.
Well, that's too late. They already said they made a mistake. After it's done, it's done.
Or they could have did this when Grief Karga asked Mando, "Your child, after your mission's over, what happened?" He's like, yeah, Luke, Jedi, Luke.
Like, I would have been perfectly fine putting up as like an hour and a half movie or something, or I don't know. Like,
they should, you know what? They probably should have done 45 minutes and put in all the extra bits. I do not disagree with that at all. I'm just saying, like, after some of the shit I've seen them put out, man, this is. Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, this is the other part. I just hope that they, you know, when they're going and fighting spiders in caves and like chasing around frog people eating eggs, like, no offense, I didn't really like that shit. Like, I want to see this lore of Mandalorian. I want to see them go through this part. You know, I wanted to pace. I thought this pace picked up typically a little bit faster than some of the shit they've been doing lately. So yeah, do I think the 2 episodes they did on Book of Fett was better? Yes, I've said that 100 times.
I like them expanding on the lore part, and I think that's the most promising thing. And I hope to God they don't like fuck it cast aside or drop it or save it for later.
Absolutely. Me too. Because I felt like as much as everybody raves about season 2, I think they did that a lot in season 2. Like, it was like, oh, okay.
You know, the one thing I could honestly say is that I understand what they're aiming at, but they are like all over the place with a lot of different things. And it is confusing to, like JJ said, the regular Star Wars fan that watches these shows.
It's not just the regular, it's us too. Go ahead.
It's just, I'm just saying, it's just that there should be better narrative for the shows. If they're interconnecting the Mandoverse, the shows should be where when they show the beginning, they'll just show like
previously on or
yeah, exactly. They'll show a couple
do a Rick and Morty reference.
Reference of what happened prior, and then like you said, if it's 2 years later, have it 2 years. 2 years later, have something where people could see. Don't just like bumble say 2 years, a year, a week.
But this is the biggest. Like JJ missed the whole part at the beginning, but this is the biggest week of this with John. We've talked about it 100 times. Like, this is where, like, everybody remember 2 years ago he was the savior. It was him, and everybody hated. Somebody made a comment. I think it was Cosmic Wonder earlier. Good, we moved on from Kathleen Kennedy. Now we can get on to John. Like, but the problem is, it does seem he had like all these decisions being made. He did insert those 2. You can say what you want, but he inserted those 2, and then realized it was a screw up. And then instead of fixing it by putting, like you both said, which is a valid point, a recap at the beginning of this, which he didn't do, we were all lost. Did anybody, Jedi obviously is a no too, but did anybody realize what the fuck was going on with the Croc scene before Mando showed up?
No, it looked like a flashback. You don't know if it was a flashback because I thought that was Din Djarin as a kid. If you really think about it,
I 100% thought it was.
We don't know how old the armor is. Yeah, I thought it was a flashback too.
I thought it was Din Djarin.
I have no idea how old the armor is.
Yep.
Did anybody not
until
think
you
that?
saw Paz? Until you saw Paz, I didn't. You know, and if he didn't have the heavy gun, I wouldn't even know who he was.
We don't know how old Paz is though. Paz could have saved Mando.
He could be much older too.
Yeah, he could be much older. We don't know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, who here knew? I mean, I did think that they had a good shot that could have been Mando as a kid.
I kind of wish it was a flashback. Yeah. That would have been pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you find out the religion, the lore of, and that's how Mando became. Like, he put the helmet on, he looked up, he was like seeing the thing, and that's how. Then you see Mando in his.
Well, even the way they kind of cut into that scene, because didn't that come? It was the hyperspace scene, and then was that right?
Yeah,
like they were in hyperspace again.
Yeah. Yep.
So it almost looked like it was like a
a
dream, flashback,
like he was dreaming about it.
Or something.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But you know what? Listen, they're the ones making the decisions. They're the ones making the money, and we're the ones that are complaining and tweaking everything.
Well, no, I mean, I have a feeling they're going to get it later on, but right now, I don't think that was I thought that was a good season opener.
I thought it was B plus. Like if I'd give it a rating, it was B plus. It wasn't. It could be better, but it was entertaining.
Yeah, if it makes I don't think that like I said, I don't think it was
and
just
another reason why it
sucked
too. 35 minutes. It was a very short opening.
Next episode's gonna be longer. We're going.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Did JJ ask for a flashback too? Because remember, JJ hates flashbacks.
No, I said I thought it was a flashback.
It's not that I love flashbacks. I just like the fact that if they're going to talk about something, give us a little insight of something.
Context. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The context is not but that's part of the writing flaw of John. The context is never. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. People are going to be comparing this like after getting, like you said, Andor. Andor had such phenomenal writing, and it's like you're going to come to this, and it's like freaking having.
You can't do that. Yeah, you
can't. The average fan will. The average fan is not going to be like, "Oh, this is Favreau's Mandoverse. This is Andor."
That's
like
the
average fan is not going to differentiate between that. I agree, they can't because it's not going to be comparable, but they will.
It's like comparisons to a gourmet burger to White Castle. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that bad, I hope, but yeah. But
I love both. It doesn't matter. Give me both.
Once again, I just say you got to set your expectations properly. Yeah, you just got if you're expecting a good slider that's going to make you get the runs. That's cool. If it's burnt and broke, that's not what you want.
One thing that
was Book of Boba Fett like the chicken rings.
Oh yeah.
Just kidding.
Look, the one thing I can honestly say is that we are our own worst enemies for going into things and thinking of shows that are going to be this and that, and then it turns out something totally different. We're our own worst enemies on that. And I know that regardless of the fact we all think the same way on things, we all go into a show thinking one thing and it turns out to be something totally different. And
I don't think that's true. JJ has explained this. I am be positive at the beginning of every show, and then I.
No, well, I'm talking about the whole series in its own.
Definitely.
You go back, you go back and you think about it, like, oh, this shows the expectations, this and that, and then when it's over, you go, what did I just watch? What the heck? This and that, and it's just the nature of the beast.
I don't know.
I like how I've become the resident grouch.
No, I mean, I do hope that this gets back a little bit more to season one. That was obviously I like that season better than season two. Hope it gets back to that style, and we'll see what happens.
I know we're Star Wars fans. We want to see these shows.
I'll say, as I sat through this, the one thing
until we see them, then we don't like them.
Hey,
that's really good.
After this,
yeah.
I think the one thing this season needs, and I hope they establish it quickly, is the villain. Right? Because through 1 and 2 we had Gideon. Right?
Gideon's coming back.
And I think it's two parts, right?
We're getting the villain again.
Gideon's
coming back.
We're getting Grass. We're getting Grass Pirate as one of the villains, as a minor villain, and we're getting Gideon as the.
And I think we're also going to get Bo-Katan as a villain too.
Yeah, maybe. I think she's going to be a villain to a certain point, but I actually think she's going to wind up helping him.
I don't know. That'll be the fascinating part.
That would be.
Gideon's coming back. No, so
They only got
But,
8 episodes, so they got to figure out who's the villain
You
pretty
can't always
quickly.
be angry, man.
Well, they
No,
said
they're gonna-
Gideon. So I mean, they've already set it up. So if Gideon comes back, so we got 8 episodes. How much can they do? Because they've already said Gideon has been sent far away to stand some sort of
Well,
new
without the
rebel
permission
tribunal,
and
blah blah blah.
And
So
that
how,
commanding.
so if he just suddenly shows up, it's going to be like, okay, well, how did that happen?
I know
well, they're
that's
gonna
gonna be
bring him out of
hard,
jail.
but
They're gonna bring him out.
Giancarlo has
How-
said he has a much bigger role this season than he has in the first 2 seasons. So
Well, because people they might do a 3-part arc. Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Christ, you know what I mean? Like it's not like it's above them to stop a season and start doing an arc of something else in the middle of a season.
Yeah, cliffhanger and ending.
Yeah,
That'll suck.
to then explain why the pirates are there. So you go there and then all of a sudden
Well, I
you go
think the
back.
Pirates are just there just to to give what's his face
How pissed off would the internet be if that's how they explain Cara Dune going away forever? Like, oh yeah, Gideon killed her and escaped from prison or whatever on the way there.
Is that true?
No, that's probably how they're going to do it.
Grief
Yeah.
Cogger. I think the Pirates are there for Grief Cogger, and I think eventually it would be cool at the end of the season. Someone is going to go and be the marshal to Navarro.
I mean, there isn't worse ways of putting Vanth in the story, so I'd be okay with that. We got a busy week coming up. Pivoting to closing this thing up here
Yes,
for
let's do
Jedi's
that.
sake. We got 2 novels coming out this week. So we have Battle Scars and Star Wars Hunters Battle for the Arena. Next week, we are going to be reviewing Battle Scars, which is the tie-in for Jedi Survivor, the video game. So it takes place between the 2, and it's a from what I hear, it's a heavy on the Marin character from the first game. So it'll be interesting to see that. There's been a lot of press about
The
Makes me
7
nervous, though, you know?
sexuality. What?
It makes me nervous that it's heavy on her, narratively speaking.
Yeah,
The fact that, like, from the footage of the game, we haven't seen her at all.
yeah. And
Makes
so
me
the
nervous.
press, as press does, especially the Star Wars press, they focus lots on sexuality. And Marin's sexuality has come up a lot in the press. It will be interesting to see as we read that one this week. If it's as big a deal as other people say it is or not, we'll be doing that one. Dom, are you going to read? You said you're reading books.
Yeah, I'm going to read the Battle Scars. I want to read that. I'll
Yeah.
read the book. I'm going to get it. I'll read it.
What book are we? Okay, we're reading and reviewing one book. Which book are we reviewing?
Battle Scars.
We're definitely going to
What?
definitely
Are
gonna
we
review
doing
it next week, right?
Because I'm probably not going to be here next week.
You're going to miss the Santa Star Wars review then.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
So we're doing the battles. We're doing the Jedi Survivor tie-in next week, and then the week after that, we will be reviewing Star Wars Hunters Battles for the Arena, which is the one I think I'm more excited about because I really like the characters from the video game and seeing how they bring that lore in. But both of these books, I think, will be interesting deviations from the High Republic for the next few weeks. So if you want to read along with us, that's the review order that we will be tackling those.
Hopefully, we have an announcement on when the heck the game will be out for Hunters by the time we review the book.
I think we'll get a celebration in the announcement. I don't think we'll get the announcement before.
I got to figure out. I can read the book. I got to study this week too. I got to take the city test, so I need to study that too. So I'm going to try to read in between the studying lines.
It's not a very long book. If you get on audiobook and you put it on like 1.5, it'll go quick.
Yeah.
It goes quick.
Yep. So we got
All
that. We got the normal. Like I said, we're going to try to get a hold of the game as well. So we might do something with the card game, the deck building game next week or not. I don't know. Figuring that one out. So there's a lot of content all March that we're going to be looking
Don't
forward
forget to, you know what, this would be I guess these next couple of weeks, if you're going to put the notifications on, put it on because we're going to be putting out a lot of polls. I know our show's doing it. I'd assume SNS is going to do it too. We will be releasing stuff for you to vote on to advance into the brackets. Please don't play the game because if you don't play the game, then I don't have to do it anymore. So
Play
if
the
you
game.
choose
Play the game.
to
Play the
do
game.
not vote, then we don't have to do it. And then I don't have to hear you guys all complain about it. So
Also, in the month of March, I got a lot of stuff coming out collectible wise. They're doing the Mando Mania on Wednesdays. So starting the 15th, there's gonna be some toys coming out. So collectibles and shirts and stuff like that. The Mando. So it's a
make
lot.
sure Jedi and Dom are going to do live again this week. Make sure you guys are checking out TAC 2. We have a whole new thing on TAC. Should be fun. exciting. Can't give away what we're going to do. Spoiler alert. So we're not going to give you what's the spoiler. That's the spoiler alert. Make sure you check out all the other good stuff in Rev Vision. Let's get Jedi to his dinner in time. All right. Anybody else have anything to add?
Enjoy your dinner. We're going to talk about what we were talking about in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't know what that is. We'll talk to you about what's in the beginning, I guess. Have a good one, everyone. Oh, shoot. I got to do the out thing, don't I? Where's the outro? Anybody got the outro on him? Nobody's got the outro on him.